Just to get a deal, then it ain't real. If they can cancel me for truth, I ain't never been free. I'd rather build slow with my tribe than blow fast with those who don't ride. FBA coin in my veins, blockchain in my bones. This wealth ain't rented, it's homegrown. Bloodline billionaire, I don't chase their bags. My worth's in the people, not in brand tags. If my folks don't back me, I don't want that gold. Cause alone in the system, my soul gets sold. Let the sponsors dip, I still stand tall. With my community's love, I can't fall. Crypto independence, I'm breaking the chain. FBA coin rising, we changing the game. Man, I built my platform on legacy, not luck. I ain't been for bucks or adjusting the tux. See, they give you checks with invisible strings till you dance for approval like puppet.
What's going on, family? Y'all come on up in here. We about to get to it.
Blockchain ledger, that's freedom encrypted. Decentralized flow, so I can't be evicted. FBA coin, my people, the stockholders. Real wealth ain't loud, it just moves colder. I plant seeds and trust, not just NFT art. Ownership from the soil, legacy from the heart. Bloodline billionaire, I don't chase their bags. My worth's in the people, not in brand tags. If my folks don't back me, I don't want that gold. Cause alone in the system, my soul gets sold. Let the sponsors dip, I'll still stand tall. With my community's love, I can't fall. Crypto independence, I'm breaking the chain. FBA coin rising, we changing the game. I remember thinking wealth meant a white handshake till I saw how fast they retract when you ain't fake. Speak truth on there, suddenly you win. But in my hood, honesty earns you fans. Every coin I mint is a vote of trust. Every block I build leaves ash to dust. No boardroom can judge my skin or speech. I'm teaching kids generational reach. FBA pride, deep like code script.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Y'all coming up in here and get that like button, let's get the likes up. We're gonna chop it up, chop up some game again today. We're about to get started here. Just sending out some invites real quick.
No mask, no act, just truth to the core. With FBA coin, I don't need them no more. Bloodline billionaire, I don't chase their bags. My worth's in the people, not in brand tags. If my folks don't back me, I don't want that gold. Cause alone in that system, my soul gets sold. Let the sponsors dip, I'll still stand tall. With my community's love, I can't fall.
Alright.
I'm breaking the chain, FBA coin rising.
Gonna get started here.
Now I'm here with no filter, no leash, no script. And every rhyme I spit, ownership equipped, no middleman. No edit, no apology, I answer the ancestors who
try to put this
when I drop funds of future free, no tax on the soul, no fees on me. They make they clubs, but I built my land with code in hand and my people's brand. FBA coin in the Wally pride in the pen. They can't cancel what we built from within. Bloodline billionaire, not for the fame. I do it for those who remember my name.
They can't cancel freedom, not when it's encrypted in us. FBA going forever.
Alright, fam, we about to get started here. Y'all haven't seen me in a little bit only because I'm working, family. I'm putting in work for the family, getting everything situated. We're getting the tokenomics dialed in with the FBA coin so we can release that to the family real soon. And yeah, phenomenal things are happening, family. So y'all don't see me on these live like y'all know y'all supposed to see me. Just understand, I either got bananas, and that does happen, or I'm putting in some work for the family. That's what's going on. Yeah, I'm on it, man. I'm on it. Trust me. Listen, I'm working. I'm putting in that sweat of equity for the family. Believe me, we about to do some big things, y'all. Big things. So, listen, I want to talk to y'all about something, man. I wanted to really get into something, man. I wanted to really dial in something. You know, if I had a topic, it would be the rise and fall of FBA. And it would be bloodline billionaire or bought and paid for millionaire. Now hear where I'm going. You're either going to be a bloodline billionaire or you're going to be a bought and paid for millionaire. I want to show y'all some things, family, because we gotta be careful, because the enemy is constantly working against the people of the Most High, constantly working against us. We have an enemy that is real, that is active, that is live. And listen, the enemy is willing to lose money to make sure we stay in a certain place. The enemy spends billions of dollars every single year to make sure we don't get the true opportunities and we don't fulfill our true destiny. You gotta understand that, family. They will lose money and not care as long as we're in a certain position. So I want you to understand that we got to be wise as, for lack of a better word, I'm going to use scripture, wise as serpents. We got to be as wise as the serpent. We got to be hip to their game. You understand? Because the enemy, listen, man, the enemy has our resources. Good morning, fam. Good morning, fam. The enemy has our resources, and the enemy is not trying to share it. It's not trying to give it back. And the enemy is willing to elevate some of us, as long as it keeps the rest of us at the bottom. He's willing to do that because he understands that, hey, man, optics, perspective, propaganda, witchcraft. Listen, he understands that, hey, if he can buy a millionaire, he can enslave the rest of us. So we got to be careful. And this is the context. Do you want to be a bloodline billionaire, or do you want to be a bought and paid for millionaire? Let's get into it, family. Let me bring this up real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second. From revolutionary to sellout. Think about that. You can go from a revolutionary to a sellout real quick. You could start out with good intentions. You could have a pure heart. You can be heavily talented. You could be the most articulate. And then somewhere down the line, it all comes falling down. When it all goes down, it can all come tumbling down. You can start out, man, everybody's rocking with you. Oh man, you're up, man. This guy, you know, he says the most greatest things. You know, he's so awesome. I mean, man, we finally found somebody that's for our people. And you can start out so simple. You can give the game and the knowledge and the information to the people. You can empower the people. But then somewhere down the line, it all comes tumbling down. Listen, I always tell the family, you got to be principled people out here. You have to be men and women of principle. You cannot allow yourself to be tainted. You can't allow yourself to be tempted past what you can handle. Because that's the enemy's job, is to tempt you past the limit that you can handle. The Bible, the scriptures say the Most High will never put on you more than you can bear. But the enemy's job is to put on you more than you can bear. And if you allow it, it can happen. The rise and fall of FBA. It can happen. It can happen, family. You can become tainted. You can either be a bloodline billionaire or a bought and paid for millionaire. It's your choice. Today we're going to talk about the difference between being a bloodline billionaire and a bought and paid for millionaire. And we're going to use as an example young Pharaoh as a cautionary tale. Anybody know who young Pharaoh is? Anybody know who that is? Anybody know who young Pharaoh is? You know, young Pharaoh was the first brother that I ever heard say, we were the largest group, the largest people in the United States. He was the first, and I thought I always thought young Pharaoh was a little crazy. I was like, this brother's crazy. I mean, his brother had some knowledge, but I used to think like, man, you know, I wasn't really into him like everybody else was. I was hearing about him, but he said something that always stuck with me. He said, we were the largest people in the United States, and they just don't want us to know that. And I thought to myself, that's interesting. And then come to find out, young Pharaoh was right. If you break us down ethnically and not use white and black construct, where there's no group, there's no lineage, there's no people bigger than foundational black Americans in the United States. In the United States, he was the first one to say that. Now, I'm not trying to clown young Pharaoh, because everybody, you know, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to any one of us. You could be on that path, and you could be spitting that game, and the people are rocking with you, and the next thing you know, it can all come tumbling down. But this is a teaching moment. This is a cautionary tale for the family, because if you're gonna rise, we gotta rise without falling from glory. We got too many examples of people doing it the wrong way. It's time to show our people the right way. Young Pharaoh, actually, that brother came up spitting fire. He was from Buffalo, and he was telling our history. Telling our history in a way that, man, we've never heard it before. Like, telling our history the way it was supposed to be told. This brother went deep into Egyptology and, you know, America really being the hub, and Egyptian empire stretching, you know, past over on that side of the continent over to this side. I mean, this brother was breaking down ancient Kemet, the truth about American lies, the system, and the oppression that we live under. He was on it. He was on it. He was bold. He was unapologetic, and most importantly, he was independent. His rise wasn't because of the dominant society. It wasn't because the dominant society picked him. It was because the people picked him. And that is the strongest foundation you can have. Never turn your back on your people, family. Never turn your back on your people, family. He had a strong rising, and it was because the people were rocking with the information, and they were rocking with him. I want you to let that sink in. Why would you ever turn your back on the very people that got you to where you're at? But there's a little bit of a seduction. There's a seduction that comes with influence. There's a seduction that comes with having the people behind you. I want you to know, family, that listen, your job is to stay clean. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much influence you have. Anybody can be tempted. Anybody can be seduced. You know, you see it a lot in entertainment and sports, right? You see these young brothers who have talent, right? And they get access. Once people recognize your talent, you get access to things you haven't had access to before. You get access to the candy house. You get to skip to the front of the line a lot of times. And you don't have to wait like normal people have to wait. You don't have to wait your turn anymore. People see you and they're like, nah, you come to the front. So you miss out on a lot of the things like called process. You know, a lot of times people fall in love with the end product and they forget that the process is what got them there. And sometimes your talent, sometimes your influence, you're famous now. You get access to certain things that you would normally have to wait your turn for. So imagine these entertainers, these actors, these sports figures, these Olympians. Now they get this notoriety and they have access to all these women, all of them, just all white, black, brown, yellow, all of them, just access. What do you think that does? Now you get a little bit of money in your pocket. And money can be leveraged as power, because money in itself, to be honest with you, family, it's not real power. It's really a tool that powerful people use. But if you don't understand what's going on or what's happening to you, you can believe that money is power. And you can begin to use that money to exude your power. So you got to understand that I'll say it like this, they're watching you, family, they're watching you. They're watching you. They're watching me. They're watching everybody in the FBA family. They're watching because they're trying to figure out who is the leader. Who has the influence? Who has momentum? And when they're looking at who has momentum, they're looking at who can be compromised. So you got to understand that the seduction is coming for us all. But here's where the trouble starts. The dominant society knows talent when they see it. And not only do they know talent when they see it, they know how to flip it. They don't come at you with change anymore, family. They come at you with checks. They start, hey man, let me sponsor you. They come in as a sponsor. They come in under goodwill. Man, I believe in what you're doing. But I think you need to do this. I think you need to tweak that. I think you need to tone this down. I think you need to taper this. I think you need to focus on this. They come in trying to get your focus off of your mission, off of your purpose. They start adding more things on your plate. You specialize in this, but now they're trying to get you to start doing this. The offer starts rolling in, platforms, sponsorships, and each one has a little invisible fine print. Play our game, not yours. Play our game, not yours. Get the likes up, fam, because trust me, I want to bring the family up and I want to talk to the people. Get the likes up to 10K. This is where the first compromise comes in, family. This is how it usually happens. And for Pharaoh, it showed in the shift from mission-driven content to flash and flex. Go back to when young Pharaoh first started, and then watch how the cars got into it. The crib became big. He got his YouTube channel popping. That brother was making some bread. That brother was making some bread. Watch out for people, once they get money, they begin to floss and flex. And I'm not saying be proud in your accomplishments and the things that you have. But when you start replacing competency and thinking that money replaces competency, and when that and when money becomes your confidence and not the competency, see, remember this, competence breeds confidence. You can be confident because you know you have the skills to pay the bills, right? You know you have what it takes. You're confident because you went through a process and you passed and you came out on the other side. And you developed some skills and techniques that nobody can take from you. But they'll try to replace your confidence with money. A lot of people think that the things that they have, the material that they possess, that makes them better than you. Think about that. It's like the moment people get a little bit of money, sometimes they act a little different, don't they? Sometimes you used to be important to them, and then now they're acting like you're not even important anymore. Now they want to big time you. Now they want to shame you. They want to shame you now because you don't have what they have. They forgot. They forgot where they came from. Everybody's not meant to be rich and famous. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody's not meant to be millionaires, billionaires, so on and so forth. And we understand as, and I'm even break it down like this, family. Listen, yeah, tap the screen, get the likes up. I'm gonna break it down like this, family. Listen. If anybody's meant to have the money, the stature, the resources, it's us. But we were denied that because of the greatness that a lot of us have. We have a lot more greatness than others. We have a lot more working knowledge and skills than others that they have to participate. They have to actively participate in our demise. They have to actively close opportunities that normally wouldn't be open to others, because if we were on a level playing field and things were fair, we understand that fair means an advantage for us. See, they have to be unfair in order to give them access and give them certain advantages that we would normally have in a system if it was fair. You see that? So a lot of us would be the kings and queens and gods and goddesses of this earth if it was a system that was fair. Just by our lineage, just by the process and the things that we've gone through, our unique struggle, our unique circumstances, puts us actually at the front, at the top. We're the most athletic, most talented. When you look at 50 million, the things that are the genius, the inventions, the things that came out of 50 million foundational black Americans, just one ethnic group, the things that we've done for the world globally, man, a lot of our families should be trillionaires. You understand what I'm saying? If things was done the right way and things was done the fair way, a lot of us, man, would be moving around in spaceships right now because we're that phenomenal. While everybody else is still walking and jogging and riding on horses, we be in the cosmos, planetary already, because of the genius and the talent and the blessing that we have on us. But the enemy has to, for lack of a better word, they have to destiny swap us. If they didn't destiny swap us, family, we'd be at the top of the top. They love to steal our destiny. They love to take the destiny of our young children and give it to theirs. They love to take the inheritance that were meant for us and give it to them, give it to themselves and their family. Right, they're nothing without us. That's a fact. They're nothing without us. We know that. They always threaten, oh, we're going to send you back to Africa. But they never will, family. Because they understand that we're the real gold. We're the real stocks and bonds. We're the real money. We're the real currency. Nothing flows. Currency means flow, family. Nothing flows without us. We are the currency of the culture. We push the culture. We are the real currency. Money is mythological. It's not real. You are the money. You are the currency. You push. Nothing flows without us. That's why America is so great. But we gotta watch out for the destiny swap. We gotta watch out for the seduction. We gotta watch out for the enemy trying to make us believe things that are not true. Things that are not true. I'm no better than you. You're no better than me. We should never be fighting amongst each other. I should never have to big time you, and you should never have to big time me. I should never little homie you, and you should never little homie me. There should never be a competition amongst us as a family. And that's what that seduction will do. It will start making you think you're better than your brothers and your sisters. And when you go down that path, understand destruction is coming. Because once your people leave you, once they're gone, shout out to Leo, once they're gone, best believe listen, you could be a bloodline billionaire or you could be a bought and paid for millionaire. It's your choice. Why do you think a lot of our entertainers, they can't do nothing? They can't really help out the black community like they're supposed to. Because you know what, the moment, see, let me tell you how Hollywood works. Let me tell you how the entertainment world, let me tell you how the dominant society works real quick. Man, let me tell you something. I went to a high school, and you wouldn't think how many talented people came out of this one high school I went to. Okay. I'll tell you about another young. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to denigrate the brother, put the brother on blast or anything like that. But you see it happen. They try to do it to me, but you see it happen. Young and up and coming brother, you know, he's struggling. Maybe he comes from a single mom. They love the single mom scenario. Listen, they love to take advantage of your children who come from single family homes. That's why we need both parents in the home. We need strong fathers and we need strong mothers in the home because they love to divide and conquer from single family homes, family. It's easier for them that way. Because imagine if you got a father in your ear telling you stand on business. Imagine if you got a loving mother at home saying, hey, you don't need their recognition. You don't need, you know, imagine that. Imagine instilling in your children strength, honor, principle. Imagine you telling your child, listen, man, you're already the best right now. You don't need what they got. Whatever they're offering you, you're gonna get in due time anyway. They're just trying to give it to you up front. They give it to you up front so they can take it away and snatch that rug up under you later. Trust in your ability and your skills and your competency, and money is always going to follow you. Imagine if you taught your children that, opposed to thinking they got to get rich quick. They got to get this money now. Oh, imagine if you taught your children to fall in love with the process and not the money. Because the process is everything. You cannot skip steps. You never, anytime you get access too soon, you get access too soon to something that you're not ready for, it can destroy you. So let me tell you how it happens. They see you. They see you got some motion. They see you got some star power, some influence, some high Q rating. They see that people rock with you, that you have an ability to attract multitudes of people, and they start watching you. They start giving you opportunity. All of a sudden, you're moving up fast. And other people around you are knowing, like, hey, man, I've been here for 15 years. I've been here for 20 years, and you got 3 SAG vouchers already. You got 2 SAG. Hold on, something's wrong here. Hey, man, I want to complain, man. Listen, I've been patiently. I've been doing this longer than him. It's seniority rules, and you just a young brother, and all of a sudden they're like, nah, man, forget what you talk about. This is the golden child. And you got your family. Sometimes your family not even rocking with you, so that's already like, man, you know, sometimes your family don't believe in you, and you got to push the dream right on your own. So it's like you build up these walls against your own family. And that's why I say, family, listen, family, we got to stick together. We're all we got. Don't let them steal your babies from you. You better recognize the talent and the wisdom and the what's the word I'm looking for? The blessings, the anointing over your children's lives, and don't let them go out there. You know, you need to encourage them. I'm not saying you gotta be their yes. I mean, you tell your kids the truth, but you know, them your kids. You gotta love them. You gotta believe in them. Don't let somebody on the outside start believing in your kids more than you. You may not understand sometimes the direction that these young kids are going in, but man, you need to pay attention. That's all I'm saying. You need to pay attention more, because sometimes your kids got a unique talent, a unique ability. They have a strong anointing over their life, and if you don't recognize it and if you don't cultivate it, somebody else will. And before you know it, they're in positions, they have money, and you can't even come over to their house no more. They mad at you. oh man, they never believed in me, and they build up these walls, and that's what the dominant society wants. And they put certain people in these people's lives. They start saying, hey man, come hang out at this party. Hey man, listen man, we're going to this, and they use other influential and famous people to lure you into. All of a sudden you're hanging out with, I don't know, Snoop Dogg, I don't know. All of a sudden you're getting access to this type of world. Now all your friends are celebrities and powerful people in the industry. And then next thing you know, when you start out with your homies growing up, and then you look around, you got new homies, and none of your old homies is with you anymore. That's how they do it. That's how they seduce you, family. They say, oh, they can't go where you're going. You're more talented than them. Oh, they're not going to understand what you're going through. You're on a different level now. Oh, you know, they start that separation starts. And before you know it, you're surrounded by a bunch of YT people that you just met, and you're acting as if they've had your back all your life. That's how it happens, family. They get the most talented of us, the most articulate of us, and they begin to groom that person into what they want them to become, instead of you grooming them for the purpose they're supposed to have. Instead of them becoming your predecessor, they become their predecessor. The mark of a great leader, family, is not that he's the greatest, but that he produces other great leaders. Think about that. The mark of a great leader is a person that produces great leaders. Who is your predecessor? Who is going to precede you when you're not there anymore? Who can replace you? How many replacements do you have? Or are you the show and everybody's here to see you? See, that's what they want to make you. They want to make you the show and everybody around you cronies. And then they put these handlers in place to kind of handle you and make sure you don't go too far out of bounds. And when I mean out of bounds, I mean they don't want you doing for your people. They want to sow dissension between you and your people, and they use the money, they use the cars, they use the fame to do it, family. They want to isolate you and make you feel isolated with all this money and fame. And you have to be careful. Do you want to be a bloodline billionaire, or do you want to be a bought and paid for millionaire? Some of y'all got kids right now. You need to go get them. You need to go give them a hug. You need to go love on them. You need to tell them, hey man, I believe in you. You have a dream, and I believe in you. I believe in you more than they believe in you. Some of y'all need to go grab your kids and tell them, hey, I believe in you. I believe in you. Because, man, just by you saying that might bring them home. That might save them. That might save them. Y'all need to pay attention. Some of you got really, really talented, extraordinary, phenomenal youth that could be used for righteousness, but you're not paying attention. The kids go off to college and they never come back. Never come back. They leave, they turn 18, they leave your home, and they never come back. I'm just trying to help y'all, family. Listen. We are the top of the top of the top. And industries, corporations are looking to recruit our brightest amongst us, the ones that have the influence. That's why, man, hip hop. Think about how they transformed hip hop. They said, man, I thought these were some inner city kids that was never gonna be nothing, but look at all the power in these inner city kids. Look at all the culture coming out of these inner city kids. We need to cultivate that. Otherwise, they're gonna have a renaissance, and their people are gonna be, yeah, politics too. Yeah, exact politics, definitely. Listen, this is why I say, family, we gotta have our own. We gotta be able to lobby just like them, because if we don't, they gonna dangle that carrot. You go into politics thinking with good intentions, and then you find out you're surrounded by a bunch of wolves, and then you become a wolf in order to survive. So you go in thinking you're going to take care of your people. You go in thinking you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But the truth is, there's no system, there's no infrastructure, there's nobody to protect you, to look out for you when you're in the lion's den. We have to get a system in place that takes care of our people, so when they go into the lion's den, they come out clean. They still come out shepherds. They still come out clean and righteous. They still come out doing for their people. But if we just send them into the lion's den and then we don't give them no security, we don't give them nothing, they become fearful. They become fearful of their life. They get the wrong people around them. We don't believe in them. We don't rock with them. Before you know it, they're surrounded around a bunch of handlers. People pretending to be their friend. People telling them what they want to hear. They get caught up in their talent, and they forget the process. They forget the competency that comes with that. They start they start cheating. They start looking for their money they start buying recognition instead of just extending the power that's already in them. They start minimizing the power within them and start using the power of money and think it's the same thing, and it's not. I often wonder, and I have to check myself too. I think, man, how did Kanye become Kanye? How did Jay-Z become Jay-Z? How did Michael become Michael? How did these people start out, and how did they end up? How did they get to the place that they're at now? How did young Pharaoh start out one way and then end up spiraling out of control? They're under attack. They're under attack. They fell for the old trick of seduction. They got seduced. They got seduced. When your self-worth shifts from who you are to what you have, you're already in a free fall. When your self-worth shifts from who you are to what you have, you're already in a free fall, family. The lectures fade, replaced by Instagram flexes and public beef. The people who made you can unmake you. Think about it. That money listen, I tell you this all the time. I don't want no money from the dominant society. Because when they give you that money, they can take it away. The Lord give it and the Lord take it. They can give it to you and take it back. I want y'all to think about that scripture. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. And I want you to replace Lord with master. The master can give you the world, and then the master can take it away. I don't want you to look at it like it's talking about the Most High. I don't want you to think of it the Most High give it, because let me tell you something, when the Most High give it, it's without repentance. He really doesn't take it away. If he blesses you, you're blessed. He really doesn't take it away. What takes it away is you walk out of the blessing. You walk away from the blessing unbeknownst to you. You walk out of the bubble of protection that he has on you, and you go outside the bubble of protection. And then who takes it away? Who comes to unalive, steal, and destroy? The enemy. I don't want to preach to y'all and break down the Bible. Y'all can, the scriptures, y'all can go read it for yourself. But I got to give you some high level game here, because y'all don't understand what you're reading sometimes. The master giveth and the master taketh away. Whoever your master is, if he gives you something, if you didn't earn it, if you didn't get it through the divine blessing of God. See, what God gives you, it's without repentance. What the Most High gives you, it's what he don't really take it away. That means you can do good and evil with whatever God gives you. It's not that he just says, oh man, you're too wicked, I'm going to take it back. Or, no. No. You leave the hedge of protection, and then the wolves come, and you don't got your bodyguards with you. You alone out here. That's what they do. That money you think is safety is really leading you away, further and further away from your camp of safety. It's leading you further and further and further. Listen, I'm not saying not to get to the money, but I'm saying who's giving you the money. See, when I was in Hollywood, let me tell you what they told me. Let me tell you what a young brother told me. He said, listen here, young blood. They're watching you. They're watching you. And I've been seeing you on a lot of these sets over here. I've been seeing you in a lot of places. And you're relatively new. Let me give you some advice. If you don't need the money, don't take it. Because everything comes with a price over here. You might think you're getting some money. And you might think money is such a great thing. But nobody gives you nothing for nothing. Nobody gives you nothing for nothing. You take the money, you take the bait. Before you know it, they own you. They bought you. Sponsorships. What do? They come on. They're using your influence to sell their product. So yeah, they're gonna give you free samples. Yeah, they're gonna throw some money at you. But say the wrong thing and what's gonna happen? Boop, cut off. Look what happened to Shannon Sharp. ESPN, Disney, he had it all. But the moment he got tangled up with that young woman, he had many warnings. Monique came on the show and warned, said, get you a woman your age and settle down. He's like, no, I want to pay my wage. I want a woman of my wage, not a woman of my age. That's what he said. I want a woman of my wage, not a woman of my age. That's exactly what Shannon Sharp said. And look at that brother. Now he'll probably do all right. He'll probably come back. Yeah, look how he did his kids, man. Yeah, man, listen, man. I don't understand these brothers, man. You give them some money, and they become new. They become new. They think their money is more important than their family. They think their money is more important than being an example for their community. How can you be an example for your community if your faith and your power lies in your money, not in your competency, not in your people, not in the struggle, not in the things you come from, not in the promise, not in the purpose? The people who made you can unmake you. But when the dominant society made you rich, they can erase you. Look at what happened to all these actors, entertainers. Look what happened to R. Kelly. Look at what Diddy's going through. They're going to give you all this money because they're going to make more money than what they gave you. They're investing in a stock. You are the stock. You are the bond. You are the mutual fund. And they will build you up. You are the cryptocurrency. They will build you up. They will start an NFT. They will start a meme coin. And then once the meme coin makes a lot of money, boom, they pull the rug from it and crashes the whole thing, and it's not worth nothing anymore. Look at Angie Stone. As phenomenal as that woman is, I'm just telling you how it works, family. Do you want to be a bloodline billionaire or a bought and paid for millionaire? You decide. Because the enemy is coming, and he's seeking to devour. He's seeking to find anybody he can take advantage of, anybody he can seduce, anybody he can do a destiny swap with. The Crossroads, remember that? Remember the Crossroads? The blues player? Oh, you want to be the best blues player in the world? I can make you the best blues player in the world. That's no problem. All you got to do is sell your soul. Listen, I can make anybody, listen, think about what, man, the enemy can make anybody a star. Look at all these untalented people in the music and entertainment industry, and they can just make them a star. They can force them on the public, get them all this radio play, right? And then before you know it, if you hear the song over and over and over again long enough, you think it's a hit too. Oh yeah, I like Tyler. Oh yeah, I like all these tethers that are singing. They're just so wonderful. They're just so wonderful. Brainwashing, exactly. Brainwashing. That's what it is. So let me break it down for you, family. A bloodline billionaire is somebody who gets their wealth from their people by serving their people and keeping their independence, keeping their divine right as a man, as a human being, owning their own masters. That's what a bloodline billionaire is. You are an owner. You become an owner, and you rock with your people, and your people rock with you, and they give you the energy, they give you the currency, they support you. And now you can walk in any room and stand on business because you're not beholding. You don't care about what the dominant society thinks because they don't own you. They don't pay you. They can't cut off your flow. You cannot be canceled if your people support you. That's what a bloodline billionaire is. That's true independence. You're interdependent with your people. You become interdependent with your people. You have the people, you stay with the people, you rock with the people. You don't get seduced by this false money, because once they get you, listen, you think you own that car, you think you own that house, you think you're making millions of dollars a year, but the moment you make too much money, lawsuits start coming. Your money gets wrapped up and tied up, and you can't break away. They got something on you. They planted something on you. They know your whole move because they got their handlers right next to you. All they gotta do is call them one of the handlers, like, hey man, where's such and such at today? Oh yeah, he's gonna be down at the sushi bar at 2 p.m. Chilling with Snoop Dogg, and Snoop, another handler. Snoop, I need you to set him up. And no disrespect, I'm not calling out Snoop, I'm just using names, but I don't trust nobody in the industry. I don't trust, because if you notice, what was Kanye West yelling out? Nobody helped him when he was trying to get his family, when he's trying to see his daughter. Nobody helped him. Think about that. All these so-called friends you make in the acting and entertainment industry, and nobody is gonna help you. Once that engine, once that establishment turns on you, everybody you thought was your friends in the industry turns they back on you. Ask Harvey Weinstein. Ask P. Diddy. The moment you get in trouble with the establishment, everybody is told to turn their back on you. Hold on, family. They want me to do this little puzzle thing here. Hold on. Bam, we did it. That's what it is, family. That's what it is. So, a bot millionaire is somebody who got rich because the dominant society funded them. And as soon as they stop being useful, they're broke and silenced. When your own community makes you rich, they can't take it away. That's the difference between having power and having a paycheck. I'd rather have power, family. I'd rather rock with my community. I'd rather my community rock with me. I don't want whatever the dominant society has. I don't want it, because I know it's not real. I know it's not real. So, here's how we rise without falling, family. Here's how we rise without falling. Never sell your soul. Your integrity is priceless. Never compromise your morals. Stay aligned with the code. Stay aligned with the code, family. Never compromise your morals. Always stay on code. Always be on code with your people. Stay on code. Code over clout. Code over clout. Code over clout. We don't have leaders. The only leader is the code. The code over clout. Yes, and teach your children to stick to the code. Teach your children the code. Teach the youth the code. And you be the example of the code, family. That's the secret. You cannot lead nobody when you say, do as I say, not as I do. You can't be an effective leader that way, family. I'm gonna say that to the cows come home. That is what tore up our community. That mindset, thinking that we can go out and have. Listen, when you have kids, no, you can't have fun anymore. No, you can't have it all. No. You need to be an example of what staying on code means and what it is, so you can pass that down to your children. There's more than just passing down money as an inheritance. What about passing down principles, good morals, strong work ethic, professionalism, man of the community? What about passing those things down to your kids? Passing integrity. That is the truth. That's better than gold, because think about it. If you have all this over here, see, that's better than gold, because think about it. If you have all this over here, see, if you have the real competency, if you have true competency, if you have true skills, you're always going to make money, fam. You're always going to make money. Always. Money's going to follow you. If you really got skills, man, I'm going to tell you, man, they're going to throw money your way. You always going to be able to make money. Your skills is the most important thing. The more competency you are, the more competent you are, the more confident you become. That's what you rest. That's what you rest. And that's how you can say no to certain opportunities, because you know what your worth is. See, when you know what your worth is, you don't need every opportunity. I don't care how much they pay you. Your soul is never for sale, family. It's never for sale. So never, never, never sell your soul. Never, ever, ever compromise your morals. Always, always, always stay on code. Do you want to be a bloodline billionaire, or do you want to be a bought and paid for millionaire? Because I'm going to tell you, family, money can enslave you, especially if it's attached to a master. If you don't own it, you don't want it. If you don't own it, you don't want it. Don't let nobody give you nothing that you didn't earn, because there's some strings attached to it. And that's the key thing, that you didn't earn. If you earn it, it belongs to you. But if they give it to you, they can take it away. The Lord give it, and the Lord take it away. The master will give it to you, and the master will take it away. Understand this. Anything the Most High gives you, he doesn't take it back. But anything the master gives you, anything that becomes your master, will own you and take it away when you do what they don't want you to do. If the dominant society gives you that money, the dominant society is definitely going to take that money back. You work for them. You're a slave for them. As long as you keep performing for them, the money's going to come, the sponsorship's going to come, yada, 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 all that. But the moment you do what Kyrie Irving did, they're gonna get you right back in line, or they're gonna cut you out of the system. You understand? They're gonna get you. You're gonna have to visit the wall and pay homage. You gonna have to go to that country over there. You're gonna have to get some training. You're gonna, oh man, we're gonna send the rabbi to talk to you. Get you back in line, because you don't understand what we went, not what you and your people went through, what they went through. Family, it's real out here. So when we go back to young Pharaoh, we ain't talking just about young Pharaoh. We're talking about a pattern. And we're talking about breaking this pattern. Young Pharaoh is just a type, a pattern that most of us fall trap to coming from the conscious. Look at all these conscious brothers from the conscious community that got taken down. Look at them all. They might have all started out righteous. What's that one dude's name? I can't remember his name. Oh, I'm going blank right now, family. He just went to jail. I can't think of his name. Or a few years ago, he was from the conscious community. Matter of fact, they start locking up a bunch of brothers from the conscious community. Just a bunch of them. They start getting wrapped, and you notice the shift. They start showing money. They start showing cars. You know what I'm talking about. Who's that brother? Brother Polite. Remember Brother Polite? Everybody thought that brother had some game, didn't they? He started, all of a sudden he went from preaching and teaching to showing off cars and hanging out with celebrities, hanging out with industry people, hanging out with handlers. These are all cautionary tales, family. These are all patterns. You start out on a righteous path, family. These are all patterns. You start out on a righteous path. All of a sudden he got this wife, that wife, this, he got all these. I mean, man, yeah, distracted. They get distracted from their mission and their purpose. They could have been kings and queens in our community. They could have been royalty in our community, but they wanted that dominant society money. They wanted that dominant society money, family. Our money wasn't good enough. Our support wasn't good enough. Our love wasn't good enough. They wanted the YT man to love them. That's how it happens, family. That's how it happens, family. You better fall in love with your people. You better rock with your people. You better garnish the support from your people. And listen, family, we got to do a better job at supporting our people. I say it all the time, man. Show love to black content creators, man, because it's not easy for us out here. It's not. If y'all don't show us love, who else is going to show us love? If y'all don't support us, who else is going to support us? And that's what it is. There's also a frustration piece behind it. Even we saw Tupac, who rose up from the people. What happened to Tupac? That's another prime example, family. That brother should have stayed in the Bay. Tupac should have stayed his butt in the Bay and never went down to Los Angeles. Never got involved with Snoop, Dre, what's the Death Row? None of them. He should have stayed with Digital Underground. He should have stayed a revolutionary. But they start paying that brother millions of dollars, and then I don't know if y'all caught it, but Tupac said like this. He said, "Hey man, if my people don't rock with me, F them. I'ma get this money." Do y'all remember Tupac saying that? See, I was watching that brother, man. Thug Life. Brenda Had a Baby. I was, man, Strictly for My Niggas. I mean, I was watching that brother. Man, that brother went from revolutionary to gangster. And the industry made him that way. He went from, they switched his message. They switched his message, family. They said, this is where you're going to get more money at. We're going to throw more money at this, and we're not going to throw any money at this. And he went for the money. But if he would have stayed in the Bay, man, he could have been, you know, maybe he wouldn't have been as big as he was. I don't know. But he would have had the heart and mind of the people, and we could have protected him, and he probably would have still been around today. So that's what I'm saying. Do you want to be a bloodline billionaire or a bought and paid for millionaire? leased cars, leased houses, leased airplanes, jets. Everything's leased because you don't own nothing, but you just, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. Y'all be thinking all these rappers own these. Think about it. Why? How come they can repo these people's homes and cars if they owned it? You hear Soulja Boy driving around in this car, and all of a sudden it gets repoed. You hear what's that other brother's name? Tyga driving around all these whips, and all of a sudden they repo his Lambo. Because they don't own it. They don't own it. They don't have ownership. They're just pretending. They have the fame, but they don't really have the money. They have the optics that they have it all, but they really don't own anything. A lot of us here in America, we have optics that we're living successful and better than other people in other countries. But some other people in other countries, they own their land. What land do you own? That's why we got to come together as a people. That's why we're stronger together as a people. We're the most talented already, but imagine when we lend our talents and our ability only to our people. How much stronger and how much further along will we be? All right, family. Man, who wants? Let's chop it up. Who wants to come up, man? Let's chop it up, man. Let's talk about this. Who wants to come up? Y'all request up. I want to chop it up with some of the family. Let's chop it up. I got to bring some people up. I want to chop. We're at 12K. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the likes, family. I just wanted to share this message with y'all. I haven't been able to talk to y'all for a minute. I'm working hard for the family, always. Good morning, family. Good morning. I'm working hard for the family. FBAcoin.org. We're going to be revamping the site this week. When I get back from working tonight, I'm gonna be back coding. So I got to do some, we're just getting the coin ready. We're about to release everything. We got some NFT drops that we're going to do. We got some NFTs that we're going to do a pre-launch for, family. I need y'all to be ready for the pre-launch of the NFTs because that's going to build the liquidity for the FBA coin. And we're going to release the FBA coin probably within the next, don't hold me to it, but I'll say the next 2-3 weeks. We're going to release it. We're going to do a pre-sale first, and then we're going to release it to the community. Also, the FBA Music Awards, we're building a committee for the FBA Music Awards. So if you want to be a part of the committee, it's volunteer right now, but there is a lane to make money. I just want to get everybody in the committee first, because we're going to put on the first ever FBA Music Awards October 24th, which is going to be a Sunday, and it's going to be phenomenal. We're going to, instead of handing out trophies, we're going to hand out NFTs, minted NFTs to the winners and the nominees, and we're going to celebrate our people the way that we know how to do it. We're going to celebrate our people. We're not going to let any industry plant choose who's best music, and we like, huh? What? We're gonna vote using the FBA coin. We're gonna vote and choose the people that we want. We want to give out lifetime achievement awards for people in our community that have been doing phenomenal things. We want to do that, and we want to just celebrate our culture, celebrate our lineage. So we're working on that. Also, we're working on building up an ecosystem for that involves everything FBA. We're trying to build something so our people can come. We need more FBA stores. We need more FBA grocery stores, FBA farms, FBA businesses, FBA real. I mean, we need more FBA everything. Gas station. We need more FBA everything, and we need to build that ecosystem. We need to build that system that we can support and pour into. In the beginning, we might be driving we might be driving far to support. And of course, we got online businesses that are out there, so that makes it a little bit easier, right? We have Amazon FBA. A lot of us can leverage Amazon shipping and things like that. But we need our community built up. We need our own FBA convenience store. We need our own people in our community. We need clean streets. We need clean roads. Got people calling me. So yeah, family. Don't let me bring some people up here. Hold on. Y'all come on up here, man. Let me holler at y'all. Step up. Crypto. Miss Bazemore. I know y'all busy, but come chop it up with me, man. Don't leave me up here by myself. How y'all doing today?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Miss Bazemore. How you doing? What's going on with you
Awesome
today?
sauce. Can't complain. We woke up this morning, so we winning.
That's it. That's it. Really.
I am so here for what you're saying. I don't know if you saw what I put in the comments. As far as the businesses and stuff like that. If we're gonna go all out, just like they have that FDA, we need to have a FBA. And if you choose to sell out, you lose that FBA approval.
Come on.
So that way we know who's who. Hey, crypto, we know who's
Hey,
who's
what's up,
doing
family?
what, and how it's getting done. Because not even we, but selling out seems to be the way out for some. And in that being their way out, they're leaving behind the people that deserve to be taken forward, that deserve to be taken forward. Some of them haven't even worked to get to where they are. If it weren't for the people that helped them, get to that particular place. Another thing, for individuals with children that are young, start getting them financial books now. They have financial books for kids that are 6. I started my boys, first of all, what got me into getting my boys into financial literacy was the fact that I started my own business. I got into network marketing. I learned about personal development. I learned about what we needed in order for our children to succeed and be able to be financially literate. We weren't financially literate when we were kids. Sure, we had the dime savings bank and we put a little $1 or $2 into that, but where's the dime savings? Ooh, did I just date myself? I sure did, but it's okay. But I just said that out loud. But I mean, we don't teach our kids this. Where everybody wants their kids to be a basketball player, a football player. They want them to be a rapper. What happened to electricians? What happened to carpenters? What happened to the things that we actually need? Get them into into the financial atmosphere. They thought that we were really going to run back to the field. They thought wrong. In order for us to grow, we have to be for us, by us. So in order to be able to be for us, by us, we have to be able to differentiate from the sellouts. And that's where now, if you want to start a committee for that FBA approval, I'm down. I'm ready. But I'll land my plane and let somebody else take flight.
Okay. Let me hear from Step Up. You there?
Yeah, sorry about that, host. I was cleaning my van out, so
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Like what you're saying. Everything is good, and I'm looking forward to the Bitcoin, learning more about that, and all the exciting music awards. Are these going to be local people or
Uh,
famous people?
it's gonna be our people. So yeah, they're gonna be famous people. They're gonna be some local people. I mean, we want to support. We want to recognize both. I mean, we want to recognize our talent that may not be on a label, and we want to recognize our talent that is on these labels. That because BT, like I said, the BT Awards is done. Who's gonna celebrate our people if we don't?
Do you want to do something like when people buy the ticket for the FBA Music Awards that it also comes with like some FBA coin?
Of course, of course. Matter of fact, the only way you're going to be able to vote is you have to buy the FBA coin. Whether you spend $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, what the way you vote is you own FBA coin, and then you get an opportunity to vote. And there's going to be NFTs for sales. We're going to make sure that the NFT that we give to that we meant for the winners, they own that NFT and they can do whatever they want with that. That's going to be that's that's better than some award that you're going to put away that nobody can see. That NFT is going to be on the blockchain forever, forever. That anybody who owns that can say, "Hey, man, I was a part of this. I was a part of something great," and it's going to have value. So we're trying to do something unique. We're trying to do something, different. We're trying to do something that celebrates our people. So it's not just local people. If we have local people, great. But we need, we also, that's why I'm putting together a committee. We need a committee and we need to work out a few things and tweak a few things because, you know, we know there's a lot of artists in different genres that may not be FBA. And we have to decide if we want to allow them in because they're participating in our culture or if we want to exclude them out and just do 100% only FBA musicians and we got to decide that. But that's why the committee is being put together first. I don't want to be the one that says what's what and have all the answers. I want to put together a committee of people. And actually, I don't even want to run the committee. I just want to put together the committee and the committee puts on the FBA Awards show. I don't even care if it's hosted on my platform. Whoever has the biggest platform, we can host it there.
So are American Indians FBA?
Yes, they are. Of course. They don't have to listen. It's lineage based. We're calling it FBA Music Award, but again, our American Indians, you got to get over the word black. We can argue about the word black behind the scenes later.
Okay,
This is
yeah.
for us. This is for our lineage, for our people, and we know who they are. We're here to
Okay.
celebrate our people and our lineage. We can have semantics and we can go back and forth on Black's Law Dictionary and all that stuff. We can do that behind closed doors. We don't have to necessarily bring it even to the internet, But those talks are being discussed. But the main thing is that we're on code and we're celebrating our culture and our people. That's the main thing. What's up, Crypto?
Yo, what's good, bro? How you doing?
Man, I'm up, man. I'm gonna be coding again tonight, brother. I'll be coding again tonight. I went out last night. Me and the wife had a good time. Went to what's it called, a crab boil? What they call that? What they call a crab boil?
Yeah, crab
Yeah,
boil.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is there?
we got invited to a crab boil last night, man. I'm still heavy from last night. I'm still heavy.
You living a good life when you heavy off crab.
Man, I came back. I ate, and then I came back, and that itis hit me. I went straight to sleep, and then I said, man, I got to talk to the people today, and before I go back in my little hole and start coding again. But yeah, that's what I did last night. Me and the wife went to a crab boil. We had a good time, man. Good food. The wife had a crab for the first time, so that was good. She enjoyed it.
Oh, that's just that's
Mhm.
Bay is more like everything that you was saying, you was dead on. That's one thing I keep preaching and trying to get everybody to be a part of. It's like once you go through school and once you get to live in life, you realize like you wasted all your time in school. They didn't teach us what they were supposed to teach us. The financial, I mean, how to add, how to subtract, that's one thing, but to do your taxes and to do all those sort of things, that's type of stuff that we really should know how to do, like at 12, 13 years old. Every 12, 13-year-old should know how to do the basic taxes, So those are things that we need to bring back and make sure that our children know. To all the young men, like just bring it back. They got to learn how to change tires, put air in tires. Like they got to change their oil. They got to know how to do all these things. And I think school got us away from that. Not owning our own land and working our own land. They got us away from planting tomatoes and crops and stuff like that. And all those used to be just simple things. Sowing, all that used to be simple things, but now it's lost. Everybody don't know how to do that, and that's because we got into a system that just wasn't for us. And those are our skill sets. That's how our creativity and that's where everything comes from. And we got away from that, trying to chase degrees.
Come on.
And us chasing degrees that kept us dependent on someone else to give us a job. If you're a carpenter or anything, you can go anywhere in this U.S. and you can always find a job. You can always get what you need, but just chasing a degree, you take that degree, then you got to go ask for a job. You got to go get an interview, So it'd be good to get us together as a collective and then just start sharing our information with each other, I think that's what we need to really get back to. So the whole movement that's going on right now, I just think we all need to stick together, and the group, the collective, we're going to grow. I know it's the American Indians or whatever, the still African Americans, like they'll eventually fall into the fold. But we need to stand on a united front, whether it's 10 of us turn to 100, 100 turn to 1,000, mil, and then I'm sure our 40, 50 million will be a united front. But we just need to support each other and be there for each other. And everybody is seeing what's going on. And I'm really, I don't like the diaspora war. I don't like that fight, but it's opening people's eyes, so it's a good thing. I know they taking it all the wrong way, and they thinking like we out to get them or something. No, we just showing love to self right now. We'll be back for y'all when we got time for that, but right now we got to look out for each other. So I'm definitely feeling what you were saying about that, and I think we need to work harder at coming together and just bringing the collective together, putting our voices together to be many voices screaming one voice.
That's it. Yeah, Ms. Basemore, you mentioned about we need technicians, we need electricians, we need, roofers. All these are skills that, think about that. We need people that can work on cars, change tires. All these are skills that we should have, and we can still do something else. But to have these basic skills, man, why not? Why not know how to do some plumbing? You could be a plumber. Some of us will be plumbers, but you can have a skill as a plumber and still go after whatever goal or dream you have as a young man or a young woman. It's just that these things are not taught in the school system, and that's why I'm not a proponent of it.
Right, and now it's not just limited to stuff like that. You also have like more advanced stuff like graphic design, like digital marketing, stuff like that as well.
I mean, but I'm saying there's things that you can work with. You can learn a skill with your hands as well as go into advanced learning as well.
Both.
Absolutely.
It's not either or. It's both and.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it can actually turn into a business later.
Now, have y'all been hearing people talking, saying that, what if they kick out all the immigrants? Like, who's gonna work the land? And it's like, are y'all crazy?
Before we had immigrants, but prior to the 1960s.
Exactly.
All of American history. America was in our most prosperous times when we had very little immigrants.
Facts. Come on, facts.
People had it. They have it in their heads that, like,
and I don't think these immigrants realize that. just their presence is very new to us. This is not classic or traditional for America to have all these different people over here. It's been just black and white, and we even had conflicts amongst each other. So this is overwhelming to us.
I say I make this point, Detroit, and I don't think a lot of people realize if they got rid of immigrants, the jail population will get smaller. Because they have to it's a different kind of business. They need them out. They need more people to work land and take some of these other jobs. But as long as
Anytime we hear somebody say like this is a country of immigrants, we need to shout them down immediately because this is definitely not a country of immigrants. Immigrants then built this country and they don't even maintain it. They provide cheap labor and annoy their natural citizens.
That's it. Listen, think about this. When I'm in Kenya, right? They get mad. Listen, the people get mad if I get in $20 for a haircut because that messes up their economy. That messes up their system.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, if enough, let's say a bunch of Black Americans move to Kenya, did you know that economy is going to change over there and prices are going to go up?
I remember when I went to Colombia, like, you know, they say like don't go to like the impoverished areas. I went to this area called like Comuna Trece. That's where like all the Afro Latinos at. Like it's like basically up the mountains, like a bunch of little makeshift houses, like people selling stuff. I go up there, like people selling stuff, people dancing. That was actually where I was the most lit at in the whole experience. And it was like a bunch of kids. They recognized I'm American, so I like a bunch of kids following. I'm like giving them like $10, $5 American dollars. And people were like, stop doing that shit. Like, you pissing these people off. They're selling shit.
Yeah. Now, and think about the what's happening now. The immigrants over here are making everything more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
They're working for cheap. They're working for cheaper labor, and they're messing our system of minimum wage and living wage up.
Like right now, I live in Miami. So we have like super wealthy immigrants who come down here and they even displace the middle class white tea people and the upper class white tea people because they come here with way more money than them. Then you got these super poor immigrants and they displace all the low wage black workers.
Think about how hard it is to find housing now today.
And Miami is actually the worst for that housing and living expenses.
How many more houses would be available for our people?
Like I've like since COVID, like everything, like the rate of everything has increased exponentially. Like housing prices, immigration, like literally everything. Since COVID.
That's facts, man. I'm like, man, listen, man. If they got rid of just half of these immigrants, we might be able to find housing in California. We might be able to find a good place to live in California. Right now, California is like 96% occupancy. 96% occupancy. That's crazy. That's going to...
These areas come over here and think they get the flood.
That means that you're paying $3,000 a month for a one bedroom. That's what that means.
These immigrants come over here and they ain't going to our unwanted area. They ain't going to Idaho, Wyoming. They come in our best cities where our people want to live at. Like, who do y'all think y'all are?
Think about that. That's true. They're not going to Wyoming. They're not going to Idaho. They're not flooding those towns. They're always in our business, in our cities, in our towns, making things just making things crazy. Just making things crazy. So we just gotta keep standing on business, man. That's why I'm saying we have to come together as a people. We can't allow ourselves to be erased, our culture to be erased. We have to make sure that we're doing the right things. We have to recognize the seduction and the tricks that the enemy is going to use to keep us where he wants to keep us at. It's
maybe all these other immigrants and outsiders is going to be good for racial relations for actual Americans. It's going to bring us all closer together.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. That's what Trump is doing. See, people say, oh, Trump this, man. Trump is bringing black people together. I hope y'all know that. Trump is bringing black folks together. Trump is forcing us to be like, hey, man, we got to turn our back on this system and we got to work with our people. And that's a good thing, man.
The whole purpose of them integrating was with us was to watch us and make sure that we didn't overshadow them.
Dilute our power. Yes, that's what
And it's
integration
time
does.
for us to wake up and let them go ahead and build their own towns. Because this time we're not letting them tear down what we built.
That's right. That's right. We're ready.
We're up now.
We're ready now. I believe that, man. I'm telling you, and the blockchain came at the most greatest time in history
Absolutely.
ever, because now we can build on the blockchain, and they can't take from us when we build over there. It's amazing, family.
Unregulated.
Exactly. We all need to get a better understanding of the blockchain and use it.
And with using decentralized banking, you don't have to worry about somebody trying to change information in the middle of a transaction. The transaction goes through and it cannot be changed because it has to go through however many computers or however many ecosystems just to remain intact. And you have to be able to know what you're getting into. So, I mean,
And like,
people are scared of crypto, but we went from fiat cash, then we went to a debit card. I was tight when we went to a debit card. But again, we all had to adjust to the debit card. They are now getting ready to change your money into digital currency. And if you do not get your education on what digital currency is, you will be left out and you will be left high and dry trying to figure it out later. So it's better to learn it now. There's at least, it may have gone up, but at least 4 to 5% of the people on the globe know what cryptocurrency is right now. It's for you to get in now before that number increases and you can't find your place.
like us considering like business finance as well as us protesting these businesses and us having 50 million in population or definitely more. Like the amount of money we can make and how we can like opportunize like the way we can move the stock market based off our protests and just in general, how much money we can make moving all at one time.
We can be the economic shift.
Like that's what the stock market and with all these cryptocurrencies.
That's a
When we
fact.
say we all moving at this with this equity this way at this time, boom, cash out. Do the same thing the opposite way. Like, man,
Man,
Like
we
they
really
did with
can't be back.
GameStop.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Once we become the collective, once we come together, it'll be a lot easier to move like that. Where it'll be a lot easier to make stuff happen. We can, and all that boycott, we don't even have to scream it out loud. We can just be real silent with it. We can go ask for something. If it's not given to us, we can just come back, huddle up, come together. All right, we done with that, and we all make our moves accordingly going forward. It's just power, and that's how we'll take over and get our spot that we're supposed to be in. We got to use our power. We got to stay together.
Yes, indeed.
Like if we decide all Black Americans, like we all protest in Starbucks, we boycott Starbucks. We all annually go on Robinhood, Vanguard, whatever account we trade on. We all shorten Starbucks.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
So everybody, F Starbucks, Starbucks is blah 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 blah. Spread the word.
Yeah, we can bend corporations at our will, family. We got the power. We got the numbers too.
That every Black person who we know who work at Starbucks, who had a racist incident, everybody follow lawsuit all at one time. We're about to bankrupt now.
Man,
And if we go at a corporation, or
If we gonna play that game, we got to play it how they play it even better, even
see,
worse.
what happened in the ecosystem is they'll start contacting us internationally, and we can step in and get the discounts. We can get the wholesale deals. You know, because they'd be like, "Hey, they ain't messing with the corporation, but we still need to make some money." Yeah, hey, forget about what y'all got going on over there. We need to make money. Money is always gonna move everything, and us sticking together that could do that. All the Asians who sending all the hair products or whatever, we've
Also,
been going at
Like
Target
getting
and
into
going
a
to the
smart
y'all
putting
remember
contract.
those.
during COVID, the NBA players in the league were like in some dispute, and like the players like kind of holding out, like
You
during
say,
COVID, like in the beginning of COVID,
oh,
like
yeah, yeah,
2020.
yeah, 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 yeah.
The players was actually like seriously considering having secret meetings, just like saying like basically at the league, and they was gonna do their own thing, and like actually considering doing it, and having talks that was like basically called together at a secret location by LBJ, but it didn't happen because they came to the table, of course, with some type of money deal.
But that's what we could do together. And like I'm saying, if we go at those hair products, all those Asian stores, everybody, they'll be contacting somebody over here. They're gonna start their contact target. Hey, what's going on? But eventually, that'll put all our sisters who own their hair shops and everything. They'll be able to step in. Hey, let's broker a deal. I can take on all what you give it to Target. Just give it to us, and then we'll be in a better position. That's how we can gain international power within
I
this
feel like with
nation.
the
Hey,
with the hair
crypto.
products with our women, we
Yo,
need to get them to the level that they able to manufacture it themselves.
See, here's
that's the part that we always been cut out of, and that's because we haven't used our power. That's how they got us in this trick bag that they got us in, because every time we try to do anything business wise, that's what we need: manufacturing. We need somebody to be able to make what we out putting out, and they charge us way too much. And that's why when some of us we go to our brother stores, we like, man, this ain't no great deal. You know, this
Mm-hmm.
is top of the line, and that's because he can't get the deals that the Koreans as a collective come together and get their deals. And right now, the Koreans, even with the air products, like they messing with the Africans over here.
Hey,
yeah.
crypto. Now think
Here's
about
what
it
we
this
gotta
way: if
realize.
we did, if we were able to, or if when we're able to, I'm going to put it in the universe. When we're able to do such a thing, and we actually get the corporations here out. That's where that smart contract comes in, because then you get to have that person on person interaction with the people overseas. They send you whatever product you get. You cut that middleman out, and it's just you and them. Now, we went from an industrial nation to a service nation, and that too was our downfall because we shipped our jobs overseas.
Right.
So if we went back, doesn't have to be everybody, but if FBA decided they wanted to go back to being industrialized, we would be able to create more jobs. We would be able to then, with the prices that we're charging, give them fair wages for what the work that they're doing, and we'd be able to take care of ourselves. We're not worrying about what they're doing. We're worrying about what we're doing. Getting it
Here's one thing I want y'all to understand too. Listen, it's not about price. It's about value.
right. Okay.
As long as we bring the value, it doesn't matter if it's cheaper at Target.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's cheaper at Walmart. We need to be the real McCoy again, the name brand. We need to be the preferred brand that they pay the money to. We need to be the Gucci, the Prada, all those big names. We need to say, hey, these people make such great stuff that we're willing to pay the price that they pay. And we as our own people need to stop going for cheap. Oh, such and such sells it cheaper. No. If our people ain't making it and selling it,
We
we
don't want it.
won't buy it. If
Absolutely.
we that and that's true power. Weakness is going over to the other side, but
Yeah,
power is working with your people.
we got to jump in and we got to take power of the manufacturing, Because that's the Gucci, the Pradas, all that. They're getting their materials real cheap.
Yeah, and
We got great designers and things
Gucci,
on
Prada,
a lower
they
level.
don't
They
make none of
just
that
can't
stuff
get the
themselves.
manufacturing.
They don't make none of that stuff. They just put their logo on it. They don't make that.
true. That's true. That's true. We're buying the logo, family. That's what it is. Remember that Chinese man on TikTok when we were going through the trade embargo? He was like, "Oh, y'all want to do us like that? Let me show you. This is Gucci. This is Prada. This is this. All made in China. We just put the label. You pay for the label, but you come direct to us. We give it to you for 80% cheaper." Remember when that dude was doing that? If y'all don't know that that's been the trick bagging game, see, all I'm saying is this: what our people, I know how our people are sometimes. We're like, "Oh man, I want to buy that soul food, but it's more cheaper to eat at Popeyes." And I'm like, man, we got to get out of that, man. We got to start buying from our people, spending with our people. Yeah, it may be a little bit higher because in the beginning,
Our people don't even just have soul food restaurants. Like I'm from Detroit, so it's a lot of black restaurants up here. Like it's black people that got so many type of restaurants: hibachi, Mexican,
and man, we got
Arabic.
we got a taco man down here that's a brother that make taco briskets. I mean, this thing is off the chain. Whatever we get a hold of and we start selling and we start making it, it's better. It's better than how they make it. Yeah, we take it to the next level. So all I'm saying is we got to support our people. Power is not buying cheap. Power is buying from your community and staying within the ecosystem in your community and building that up. Weakness is going to Target. Weakness is going to Walmart. Weakness is selling out to other people for cheap. Power is staying within your community and spending with your community. Will it be a little bit higher? It might be. It might be because we don't have, until we get the infrastructure that everybody else has already had and been plugging into, this is what the price is going to be. But we will get there, and we'll only get there by staying on code.
Absolutely.
We'll only get there. So, y'all, we're putting together a telegram for the FBA coin. I think Crypto just left. He could have, but I'll make sure everybody gets that for the next show that I do. I'll make sure everybody knows how to get on the telegram so y'all can be tuned into what's going on with the FBA coin. We're probably going to do something for the FBA awards too. I'll keep announcing it over here. I'll probably meet with the committee that we're putting together once a week and get direction and goals on how things are going. And I'll keep everybody up to date with the FBA Music Awards. If you want to volunteer, hit my inbox. We're looking for volunteers. We're putting together a committee. By August 30th, August 31st, we want to have 5 to 7 people in the committee working with the FBA Music Awards. And even though it's a little bit time, even though it's not a lot of time to put together, trust me, it's enough time if we all work together. I'm not expecting it to be the best of all best for the first one because we're doing everything 100% online. But it's something that we can do that's going to be needful. That's going to be regardless. It's going to be an amazing event and it's going to be monumental. That I can tell you. Now, how many artists and all this stuff? That's why we need the committee. Once we get the committee together, I can tell you exactly what artists are going to be on the nominees for each category and things like that, and give the family a chance to be like, okay, and then vote. So I don't know how exactly we're going to structure yet, whether we're going to have non-FBA artists with FBA artists. Right now, I'm saying FBA only artists, but that could change. I don't know because we don't know. I mean, we know some of the tethers out there, but we don't know all of them. We don't know all of them. But as long as they're not disrespecting our culture, our people, if they're phenomenal, they're phenomenal. But we're making sure that the awards show is centered around FBA greatness and not none of this African, Caribbean being infused in and taking the focus away from what we do.
Absolutely.
So I'll keep everybody up to date on that. Let me bring some more people up. We got Dr. No Job up in here, and I'm bringing.
Hey, host. Yeah. I was hoping I was going to try and plan and do something around July Essence Festival time. What do you guys think about renting out a little hall and
Man,
doing something like that?
let's do it, man. Listen, as long as it's coming from the grassroots, hell yeah.
I would
Hell
even be happy going to a high school or something. I was going to contact some people in Louisiana. But
so
I
we need
definitely
our
want to get
own
vendors
essay
together.
course. We need and call it what we want to call it, and do
Yeah.
it from the grassroots from now on and moving forward. That's what I'm on. I mean, I want to
I
take
would
away all
even,
the power from mainstream. I want them to not be able to hijack our voice anymore. And they can call whatever they want to call, but they know that we're not going to support it. That's all. They can say, "Oh, we're doing this for black people." Like, we're not listening to that. Then the grassroots saying, "We're going to do this for our people," and then we all gravitate towards that.
I would like it to be like educational. So I would really like to be on board for that. The event planning for next year, even if it's just us meeting up and just surveilling the area. But I do want to start meeting up every year at the same time with our own booths at a small venue, it could be, and do something different with local artists or something like that.
I'm with that. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Oh, let's collab.
I'm with it. I'm with all that. Let's do it.
Down with it too.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So yeah, if you guys want to volunteer to be on the committee for the FBA Music Awards, just hit my inbox. Let me know. I have a list of things that we're looking for people to do. If you think you match more with this role versus this role, we're running it more like a scrum type of a deal, an agile flow. So nobody's the leader. Everybody knows their specific role and they know what they need to get done. We come together as a collective and we discuss what we're doing and what we're working on, and then we go back to work. And we do this every day. We have weekly calls and things like that to check in. I know that you guys are doing this also around your busy schedule, but we come together. There is no leader in the committee. Nobody's leading nothing. If anything, I'll just tap in just to oversight and see what everybody's doing so I can be vocal and get it out to the community. And then we're looking for somebody who's good in social media marketing and managing and things like that so we can promote it and things like that. And there is just because it's volunteer doesn't mean there's not opportunities to make money. It's just I want to leave that up to the group because we want to bring in sponsorship, we want to bring in businesses and things like that to support it that way. I'm not looking for any money out of this, just so y'all know. I'm just looking to put it together because I know it's needed. And if it grows into whatever it grows into, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. But I want to put everything under in sync with the FBA coin, and that's it for me, pretty much. Dr. No Job, you there, brother?
I'm right here, Fam. What up? What's going on, everybody? FBA in the building. What's good?
How you doing, brother?
Um,
Good day.
Good day, good day. We have to, we have to definitely support this. I'm 10-toe down with this right here. We have to show these people that, FBA have the power. We have the juice. We are the blueprint. That woman in South Africa, Tyler, dropped the album, sold 3.7, thank you, fly. We don't got no power. I believe we don't got no power. Do you believe that? But we don't got no power. Why her shit flop? We don't got no power. We had enough power to change the policy to allow yourself to come in this country. We shipping the Latinos out. And guess who next? The black immigrants, you're next. I don't care if you're born here. The 14th Amendment ain't made for you. So we're going to show you the power we don't, so-called we don't have. We're going to show it to you, right? They've been disrespecting us for a long time. I've been paying advocate for like 50, half a century. I was born to be two things, a Democrat and a Pan-Africanism. I was born into that. Both of them two systems failed us. Pan-African don't work for us. It worked for Africa, but it worked for us. It don't work for Dr. Umar Johnson, because Dr. Umar Johnson begging us for money. He's not in Ghana begging for money. He's not in South Africa begging for money. He's not asking the African booty scratcher for a dime. But he got so much to say about us in Africa. So much to say. But go ask them for money. They got gold, they got diamond, they got so many resources to blow your mind. And you can't get a dime from them? I'm good. I pass on that. Pan-Africanism, all your goofies who listening, Go to Africa. I dare you to give up your citizens and go to Africa and don't come back. Watch you begging to come back. You begging to come back. It's a scam. It's a scheme. It ain't work. It didn't work for Marcus Garvey. I like Marcus Garvey. But he never stepped foot in Africa. Because African people don't believe in that crap. They really don't. They believe in monetizing Pan-Africanism. Here, come to America, Black American people. Don't forget your wallet. Don't forget your wallet, though. They got to make sure you got a good credit. Make sure you got a bank account so they can fleece you and milk you. That's what Pan-Africanism is about. And we rejecting that now. Malcolm X and Dr. King did scream that, but today it's a different outlook. We have enough knowledge today to know that Africa can't get right on their own. If they can't get right on their own, we can't help them at all. I land my plane.
There you go.
Yeah, Pan-African, man, that's a one-way street. That don't even exist on that continent. That's a straight-up one-way street. Garvey, Pan-African didn't exist. The Jamaicans pushed them here. They didn't want them over in Jamaica. Like, so Pan-African, that's American. We the one who held that down. I kid you not, the years to come, it's gonna be gone. And why it's gonna be gone is because we're not assimilating to that no more. But we are the ones who push the Pan-Africanism. We the one who kept that rock. We the one who was rocking with Garvey. His own people wasn't rocking with him. He came here. He was rocking with us.
Yeah, and so here's the thing on that too. The future is going to be, and always will be, it's going to be in the Americas. I want y'all to understand that. And I know a lot of our Africans and some of our Pan-African Caribbeans and Pan-African people, they're not going to really understand that.
I told you, Pan foundational Black Americanism.
We're shifting the focus from Africa and putting the focus back here in America. Because again, nobody's running over there to live in Africa. Everybody's running to live over here. So now we got to put up guardrails and gates and say, you can come, but you got to go through this to get here. We got to make it a little bit more harder. It can't be easy. And we got to bring people in with the right mindset now. And we control that. People think our politicians and our government control. No. Yeah, we've allowed them to control that in the past. But in the future, what's going to happen in the future, we're going to put some guardrails up and say, hey, don't bring those tethers up in here. It ain't going to be nice. They ain't going to be able to make no money if they come up over here. So we're going to make it very hard for them to prosper unless they get on board with us. Again, I don't have no problem with Africans or Caribbeans, but if they don't have the right mindset and they don't understand how things work, and we tell you how things work here. If they don't go along with that, then they just can't come. And that's the future from here on out. That's the future. We are Pan-Black Americans. We are Pan-Americans. We are Pan-Foundational Black Americans. We're here to build up the Black community and build the Black consciousness and spread the Black consciousness. Because the only way we can be allies is you can't have a colonized mindset with a Black consciousness mindset. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work. We cannot ally with that. We cannot even entertain that. But if you got the Black consciousness and we spread this Black consciousness, now we can probably, okay, you Nigerian and maybe you've been here 2 generations, but you got the Black consciousness. Okay, now we can work with that. We know you're not a tether. We know you're not going to be undermining our progress. You're going to be locked, sync, and step with what we're doing. And if you come on board with that mentality and that attitude, man, we can do some major things. Now we might even be talking about some intercontinental trade going on between one another. But we can't even do business with y'all on the continent because y'all don't even want to do square business. Y'all can't even do square business on the continent. We might get some sour food, or we might get a bad batch, or y'all so worried about scamming and doing for self that we can't even trade with y'all right now.
Fact.
So until y'all get that mindset together, then and get that integrity piece intact, then we can do some business. Matter of fact, to be truthful, until y'all get them puppet leaders up out of y'all country, we probably still can't do no business because they gonna come in and try to hinder our process. So y'all got a lot to do on that continent that y'all want to call the motherland before we here in America can do anything with y'all. And that goes out to the Caribbeans too, because y'all got puppet leadership. And that's what's hindering y'all. Y'all gotta turn tables over there first before y'all even think about coming to America and try to plug into this economy. That's how we're doing it, moving on out. But Monique, go ahead, Monique. Monique.
Good day. Yeah, I'm here. I came up when we were talking about the food, but we gotta change our mindset when it comes to like, oh, we can't buy FBA because it costs more. We can't buy, from these farmers because we're gonna have to pay for it, or I can't pay for it with SNAP. What we gotta do is, okay, if that's what we gotta do, then we just gonna have to put some money together, get some businesses, and become the distributor. Because there's black butchers, there's obviously black canned food with good. They're because of the tariffs, good is about to take over the industry in America. So if we got a regional distributor for the black butchers, come on, y'all. There's no reason that they can't get a license and get the FBA money, or the SNAP benefits, because they got the license to do so. They take the little class, blah, 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 blah. They'll be able to take the SNAP benefits. And then we got 6, 8, 10 families going to buy one cow. That's the butcher. There you go. We got to change the way we think it.
Come on. And y'all know that tariff rebate check is coming. So when y'all get that tariff rebate check, spend that on black only. Black only. Y'all about to get a tariff rebate check. When that tariff rebate check come in, spend it with the family.
What you talking about, Willis?
Spend it with the family.
And I'm saying, we are the resource, okay? We got to stop looking for a governmental resource to do anything. We are the resource.
That's right.
Facts.
Right. That's right. So, yeah, man, we're going to do something with that tariff, y'all, because I see that tariff is a way for us to get some reparations, man. We got to work out a deal and get some. We got to get a percentage of them tariffs, man. That's all I'm saying. We got to come with a collective. We got to step to these politicians, and we got to say, hey, man, we want some of them tariffs for the black community. We want some of that tariff money being redirected back into the black community. And we don't want to touch no Democratic politicians' hands. We want it to go directly to the people. We don't want a middleman controlling things. We want a direct fund of that tariff money coming to us. So maybe I don't know. I don't care what country. You can make all countries pay an extra percent, or I don't care what you got to do, Mr. Trump. We need some of that tariff money. We need a percentage of all the countries benefiting off of our economy. We need a percentage of that, whether it's 0.5%, 1%, or 2%, a tenth of percent. I don't know. Whatever it is, we need some of that money coming back to us, because we are the currency. We make if we don't make it flow, it don't flow. We bring the flow to the economy. So if we come together as a powerful people and we step to these politicians and we let them know, hey, we understand who we are now. We know we have the power now. So this is how it's going to go. And we need to start exercising that. And that's coming. That's coming. Again, FBA coin going to make us stronger, right? And then us moving as a on-code block is going to make us even stronger.
But what you cannot do, you cannot go in there beg. You need to go ahead and demand that shit.
Yeah, we don't beg. Ain't no beg. Hey, we don't beg. We demand. We stand on business. We say this is what it is, and this is what it isn't.
And that's what has to happen.
What? If we go one time and they don't give us what we want, we know what to do. We get on code and we start making the change. Oh, you don't want to give us this? Well, guess what? We're going to boycott this, or we're going to stop doing this, or we're going to shut this down over here. And then your money is going to be more effective. It's going to cost you more money not to give us what we want than if it is for us to give us what we want. And that's how we come to these Peckerwoods, man. That's how we do it. That's how we step to the system. That's how we step to these people. We step to them in the way that they understand and know. You want something, We want something. Give us what we want or else.
You can't be that good old nice boy. Or why don't you just wait on the Lord? I ain't waiting on no Lord. That's some bullshit. That's some old cliches to just hand out. You know, we got you in our thoughts and prayers. I don't want
Please let me know how I can help.
I don't want to be in your thoughts and prayers because I don't know who you pray to, and your thoughts for a black man ain't never been good. So you keep all that bullshit. Keep all that just bullshit, cliches. Oh well, you know, I'm praying for you.
That's
And
right.
why don't you just we gonna wait on the Lord? The Lord waiting on you. If you make one step, He'll make.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I don't want your thoughts and prayers. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you my thoughts and prayers. How about that? And that's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I got for any other community outside of FBA. You got my thoughts and my thoughts and my prayers are with my African and my Caribbean brothers and sisters. But everything else, I don't got time for nothing else but to build my community, build my people, do for my people. Everybody else, thoughts and prayers. With my people, I'm hands-on, I'm active. Like I said, when y'all don't see me on here, understand I'm working for y'all. I'm working for our people. We're building something phenomenal. We're doing things. This platform right here, we're gonna bring solution after solution after solution after solution. That's the job. We're in the midst. We're building something that the think tank can use. We're building the economic force that's going to that the think tank is going to be able to utilize and benefit our people. That's what we're doing over here. Once we get finished with that, once we get finished with this FBA awards, man, we're moving to building platforms. We want to create. We want to say we don't have to go to TikTok anymore. We got our own platform that we can go on and we can thrive, and that's owned 100% by us for us. That's the next step because these are the things we need in place. We need infrastructure, people, and nobody's going to do it but us. We got to build it. We're not waiting for. We're not to put anybody's religion down, but we're not waiting for that pie in the sky in heaven. We're not waiting for gold roads paved with gold. We're gonna build it here, right here. Everything we're doing is gonna be built here on earth. We're not waiting for the afterlife. We'll get there when we get there. We're gonna build it here right now. We're gonna put the infrastructure to build it here right now. We're gonna bring the kingdoms of heaven and build it here, right here on earth. We're not gonna pray about it. We're not gonna believe God for it. We're gonna know that it's gonna happen and we're gonna build it. I rather, there's one thing about faith and there's one thing about knowing. Faith is what you can't see. Knowing is what you already do see. We know we have the capability. We know we can do it. Let's just do it. Let's build it here. No more of this pie in the sky fantasy. No. We're gonna bring justice here. We know the power is in the code. We know the power is in the code, staying on code. The more on code we are, the more powerful we are. The more we move as a block, as a closed fist, the more stronger and the more strength we can exude. We understand that. We know that. Now it's time to do it. Let's build the infrastructure. Let's get the people in the right position. And let's make change. Let's bring the change that we've always prayed for. Let's pray like it's up to God, but act like it's up to us. That's all we got to do, family. And we're the strongest. We're the biggest. We're not no push arounds. They're not going to keep unaliving our brothers and our sisters. They're not going to keep doing that. We're going to step to them and they're going to have to stop. Because when we move, they move. Believe that. Believe that. When we say no, they're gonna hear us loud and clear. No more of this thoughts and prayer. Listen, they're gonna if it is tangibles or nothing. If they're not talking tangibles, you know what we can do? We can just get up and walk away from the table. We don't gotta stay there and listen to them give us no no bad. We don't gotta listen to these people babble and explain and say why they came, and we don't got the money and the deficit, and we don't gotta listen. Boom. We just walk away from the table. We give them the silent treatment. That's power. We ignore them. They don't ignore us. We ignore them. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to bring them to the table with demands. Okay, y'all want this? Okay, we can do this, and that. And that's what they're going to do, family. We need to give them the silent treatment. Don't let them give us the silent treatment. I like what the brother said down there. We're not begging for nothing. This is not a beg. This is not an ask. This is a demand. This is what our demand is. You give us this or else. And again, once we build our infrastructure, there's nothing they can do. So this time when we build it, we're just making sure that they can't destroy it. That's all we're doing. We're building it with the mindset that we have to protect whatever we build.
Listen, that's a fact. Thank you, Pippi, for the gift. You got to pin Africanism in the comment. I would love for him to come up to explain to us what we're doing or what we're saying is wrong. I would love for him to come up and to explain to us what we are saying or doing wrong when it comes to the Black FBA empowerment. See, every community, ethnic group, empower themselves. We're the only one that get pushback when we talk about empowering ourselves, doing for self. We would love to do business in Africa. We would love to do business with African people, but it's not realistic because you're too slimy and grimy. You have to be real with it, man. You're too, like the brother said, doing business with y'all, man. Y'all can't even get right. I would love to open up a gas station and get my oil from Nigeria or whatever. I would love to do that, but not realistic. They might give you a fair deal the first or second time around, but eventually they just have a despise when it comes to Black Americans. They're like, man, you're going to do business with that kata? Charging more money. And now my gas station going to go belly up because you changed the prices on me. So when the prices change, I got to change my price. But you don't care because you're slimy. I hate to be like this, man, but you're slimy people, man. You're slimy. It's not fair. It's not right.
You know where we get our gas from? We don't got to go to Africa to get our gas. You know where we can go to get our gas from? Shout out to our Suriname brothers. They just found a whole pile of oil and gas down over there. That country they're trying to get. And I'm talking about top grade gas.
What country?
Top grade oil. Suriname.
Oh, Suriname, okay.
South America. We don't got, listen, we don't have to really do business in Africa at all. There's going to come a time where we're not going to need to get anything from Africa. We can get everything from the Americas. Think about that. Think about doing business in the Americas.
What I was saying would be nice to have a connection.
It would be nice. It would be nice. I mean, we tried that. We can still try it again one day. Venezuela, but I hear their oil is not that great. But I know I'm hearing good things about the oil in Suriname. So imagine if we worked out a deal where we get our oil from Suriname or places in South America like that. And we just work with our South American brothers and sisters down there and start working out some deals. We tried Africa, it didn't work. So let's not keep hitting our head up against the wall. Let's give this is a shout out to our Caribbean brothers and sisters, to be honest. Like, let's give y'all a shot. Can y'all do square business?
Hey, Too Much.
What's up, Candy Cane?
Hey, Dr. No Job. I heard your balls are swollen.
Oh,
Is it true or not?
Jesus Christ. Do I gotta drop you? Is that where we're going with this?
I'm sorry, what you said? What she said?
Don't repeat it. We need to drop
Too
it.
much. Too much, you know what I like.
Don't repeat it because No Job gonna have a fit.
I'm just playing. I love Dr. No Job.
I don't know. Can you drop him? That's a troll. I don't know who that person is.
Are you trolling?
Dr. No Job, shut the fuck up, bitch. Go get some pussy, you old asshole. You always talking shit about Africans. You just know you don't get African.
He didn't say anything about Africans.
Jesus Christ. This is
You see what I got? You see what I got to go through?
They're
six,
trolls.
7 years.
They're
The
trolls.
second time. See what I gotta go through?
So
This is
listen,
why FBA needs to be for FBA, because then and the whole thing about that music thing just got solidified by it needing to be just straight FBA, because people want to get up here and play games. Ain't nobody got time to be playing games when we trying to get our stuff together. Whenever we try to get our stuff together, then all of a sudden it turns into a problem. So guess what? Keep that problem to yourself. Take it back to wherever you came from, and let us do what we need to do for us. Be an agent of destruction somewhere else.
And learn to delineate. The boycott is delineation. We don't want the relationship or the business, so give us our space.
yes, indeed.
Exactly. See what I gotta go through? I don't know these people, man. I don't
Man,
know these people, man. You see what?
she been on your panel before?
I think so. Cotton. Yeah, I think I seen her, but I don't really remember her like that to remember the conversation. They don't like me. I got my foot in their neck, and I'm gonna keep my foot in their neck. Like I said, they can wave that flag. I'm gonna stomp on it with my Timberland boots. Yo. Get out my country, every single one of them.
Right on the neck.
Right on the neck. Right.
Hold on, we got somebody from Suriname in the comments. Hold on. Let me got somebody from Suriname in the comments. Hold on, I see the flag up there. Kerry Collins, come up and tell us about this oil over there in Suriname. Tell us about this oil in Suriname.
Hey,
Kerry.
yeah. Dr. No Job, weren't you brought on this shit from Africa, bitch? You dirty bitch. Go clean your pussy, Dr. No Job. You
Now they
Well,
got to come up with
I
different
think
You
accounts.
see?
I think for all Africans, if you guys could figure out, we're trying to separate ourselves from you guys, and you guys are bullying and you guys are harassing. So you guys should just leave everybody alone and let us collab with each other. Nobody's even coming for Africans. You only get clapback, and then you can't handle it. Now, if he start going off on y'all, y'all gonna want to report and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So just stop coming up. If you don't want to collab, move on. We are moving on from you guys. Accept it.
They mad at me, boy.
But you're allowed to clap back. I mean, they just crashing out.
I'm not gonna do a hit panel.
Y'all be over there wearing their ass out over there. They
Right.
ignore.
I'm not gonna do a hit panel. I do that on mine. That's why I do it. This is why I got my foot in their neck. This is why. You know, the disrespect like that. Instead of coming up here to debunk what I'm saying, they come up here and call me dirty. Like Africa don't do it in the middle of the street.
I had a hominem attack. That's what they
Matter
wanted.
of fact, I need my first song to be nominated. Check it out. Don't doodle in the middle of the street. Don't doodle in the middle of the street. Don't doodle. I'm going to nominate my song.
Normally I wouldn't laugh, but see, that's what happened when you guys mess with people. You get a
Yep.
clap. And it make it hard for people who don't tease y'all like that to stick up for y'all. But y'all come
I'm gonna just block them from the platform. You know, I don't want them even signing up. I just block her from the platform. You know, she's trying to come back up. Like I'm gonna let her back up or something. Yeah, go get your other account too, so I can block that one.
I think those are like third generations. They sound real young.
You know, and it's so sad that we have to take back all that, you know, because they've been hiding under that term black for a long time, hiding in our culture for a long time, and I know how they must feel. You know, like I was just born into this. I didn't want any of this, but I'm sorry, we can't allow the disrespect anymore. I don't care how young you are, how old you are. You know, I don't care what your parents told you. I don't care what they told you in your homeland about us over here. You done messed around and find out. Y'all done poked the bear, and now we on our square. You told us we had no culture. You told us we had no power. You told us we're this. You told us we're that, and we're like, they don't really know who they talk. They don't, you know, y'all don't want to fight no African. You never fought an African before. They come on like acting like we scared of some. Listen, you ain't never really fought a foundational Black American before. You ain't really seen how. See, we are known. Do y'all understand that we come from a culture that is known for resistance, that is known for standing on business, that are the most resilient people on the planet Earth. Listen, all they propaganda and witchcraft, it don't really work on us like it work on y'all. Our mindset, this Black consciousness, defeats everything. Do you understand that we have a superpower? The Black consciousness defeats all propaganda, all witchcraft, all of it. And it makes it null and void, so it doesn't work. So if you're walking around under propaganda and witchcraft, it's because you don't have the Black consciousness. It's because you didn't teach your kids the Black consciousness. You better teach your kids the Black consciousness, because that's the only thing that's going to save them in this wicked, wicked, wicked world and generation. We're the only people that are not walking around with a colonized mind. We're the only people that are proud to be us. Wherever we go, I can be in another country and I'm still going to be foundational Black American. I'm not assimilating to you. You're going to assimilate to me because my culture is more powerful than your culture. My culture is more powerful than your custom. See, you think your custom is culture, and it's not. Custom is a byproduct of culture, and my culture supersedes your custom and your culture. My culture is probably dangerous to your culture because once they get a little bit of this Black Americanism in them,
It's a wrap.
they get this Black scent in them. They get this, oh, I want to be cool, I want to be masculine, I want to be beautiful, I want to be Black, I want to be proud. Once they get that in them, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Africans, y'all come over here, y'all come over here with them Jesus sandals on, and y'all leave out with Air Force Ones. Our culture is that powerful. That powerful. That powerful. So again, if you can't beat them, you better join them, and the only way to join them is to get the Black consciousness. If you don't have this Black consciousness, don't even talk to them. Don't even think we can go back and forth and deliberate.
Hey, somebody said your culture is KFC and watermelon. Do you think that's a white tea person?
No, he's African. He's African. That's what they do.
I don't think they. I like refuse to believe that that's
an African. What they do is they mimic the colonizer. They mimic YT talking points. They don't have their own brain. They have the YT man's brain.
I can't believe that's.
Nah, they all do that. They all come with the same talking points. It's like they got a script and they just go down the line and
But how they get the script though? That's the thing. That's
from their masters.
they listen. Some of our Hebrew Israelites brothers went down there to Africa. Our Hebrew Israelite brothers went down to Kenya and told them people that Jesus was Black. You know what happened? You know what happened? They stole those brothers. They ran those brothers up out of there when they went there and told them that Jesus was Black.
Oh, did you see the statue they got in I think Nigeria?
Yes, one of the biggest white Jesus.
It's the biggest Jesus. Like it's bigger than the Statue of Liberty. It's just a big white Jesus.
Right.
Listen, man, they stoned the Hebrew Israelites for telling them the truth. The Hebrews are like, you are the original man. You are this. Black is they went over there with that Black empowerment, and Africa ran them up out of there.
Kenya did that. It was Kenyans.
Yeah, they're not ready to. They're not.
I know they be saying stuff, but this KFC and watermelon, like that's so lame. That's like.
But they lame.
I just like that. I don't know.
Mean it with the bottom of their heart. They mean that.
It's crazy, ain't it? It's like, man, we do all this and give y'all the game, only to find out that y'all want to be coons. Y'all want to be just like the YT man so bad. Y'all
And
want
that's why we need to keep it FBA and let them figure whatever the heck they gonna do out. Let them figure it out on their own, because we ain't got time to be trying to figure out who's who. Like I said, FBA approved. Once we figure out and find out that you're a part of the problem, you lose that approval and you get to kick bricks. That's what you get to do.
That's it.
Because me and you, we can get into it. We can do West Coast, Midwest, or whatever. I can't see you coming back with me with KFC and watermelon.
Mm-mm.
That's
At
right.
all.
Like that's just like that.
See, we not. First of all, watermelon is delicious.
Very.
The original
Nutrition.
KFC, the recipe that they took from us, delicious.
Man, that's been going a long time.
And it wasn't called
I ain't had
KFC.
no
It was
delicious
called
KFC
Kentucky
in
Fried
years.
Chicken back then, when it was
You're not gonna
actually
make
chicken.
us feel bad because we like chicken and watermelon. That's delicious. We don't. So we don't. That don't really move us. See, it's like when
That's
white.
why I'm saying it got to be a white tea person. You cannot be sitting up
It's
there
not.
saying.
I wish it was. It's not. It's not. But that's why when you hear
With a
white
Kool-Aid refresher. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see them?
yeah, that's why when you be like
At
white
least we
tea,
got Kool-Aid. Y'all fighting for water.
Africa, and we be like, what? Yeah, you need to go back to. I'm like, man. First of all, I'm not African, so that doesn't affect me like it used to affect me 10, 15 years ago. I'm not African, and I know I can't go nowhere. There's no way you can send me, but back here.
Hey, FBA standing on it. They like, nah, it ain't no white tea person. It's African.
Yeah, we know it's African.
Hold on, y'all. Let me say something. So, who was talking about KFC? KFC is by way of the highway. Like it is, they're probably closed down in at 80% of the
I
stores
ate at
they have.
KFC and like, dang, and so long. Yeah,
I don't know if Rick Ross is FBA or not, but the wing spot that took over.
yeah. I go to the wing stop before I go to KFC. I'll give me some lemon pepper wings. You know what I'm saying? I'll give me some lemon
Try
pepper.
KFC probably about once every 2 years, once every year.
Because why? We don't need nobody to cook that for us. We cook it on regular. Like
Right.
That chicken at KFC now is so basic, man. I can make better chicken at my house.
Right.
The best chicken come out my grease.
absolutely. So that was not a diss. Like y'all, that's old.
KFC and watermelon. What you like, bush meat? You don't want us to get on your bush meat and jollof rice? Is that what you don't want us to? I mean, we can do the same thing. We
Fish
can hop on
heads.
y'all head. But here's the sad part. The moment we bag on y'all, we bagging on the good Africans too. We bagging on the good Caribbeans too. And you know what? At this point, it's like we don't care. Anybody can get it.
I don't go.
The way y'all throw out these stereotypes and think we not gonna retaliate or we not gonna respond and we not gonna stop a mud hole. You come from we can say you come from a mud hut. We can go look at your ghetto and we can go look at our ghetto and we can compare. We got roads in our ghetto. We got buildings in our ghetto. We got plumbing in our ghetto. We go to y'all ghetto, it's like dirt road, mud hut, no electricity, everybody down bad, nobody own no pair of shoes, ashy, destitute, shitting on the street. I mean, we can go down the list of we can compare ghettos, family.
Hey, we got KFC and watermelon in our ghetto.
You know what I'm saying? We got a KFC and watermelon in our ghetto. You got trees and bush meat and monkeys and I mean, man, it's lions, tigers, and bears out there. Oh my.
Oh my.
I mean, you don't really want to go there. You can never see bush meat in Detroit, sir.
Who drinks Kool-Aid anymore? Really? You know what I'm saying? We're drinking alkaline water.
Our Detroit is better than any village you come from, sir. Pick one.
Yeah,
Our Detroit, boarded up houses or whatever you want. Our destitute looks like a mansion to many of y'all.
yeah, that's facts. It's no comparison when you talk about abject poverty in a third world country. That's not the same as being, in poverty in a first world country where you actually have resources and benefits for people who might be caught in a struggle. You know what I'm saying? They do have, resources where people can at least eat. They can at least, get some sort of shelter. Like they don't have, and then the fact that, these people use the same talking points as the white supremacists, and then try to project, the whole, you guys, FBAs are white supremacists, black white supremacists. We don't say that type of stuff to nobody. We don't use white supremacist speaking points. We don't use their rhetoric at all. And it's all projection whenever they say that to us. There's this one guy, 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘁. He's like he says he's Jamaican, but I think he's like a Nigerian cosplaying as a Jamaican. If you notice, his accent is a little bit off. And he actually called one sister the N-word with a hard ER on a panel, and got his page suspended doing that. And so yeah, these people are just basically picking up the baton from the white supremacists and trying to bring it on home. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to allow that to happen.
Right.
That's just weird right there, brother.
I saw on YouTube. This was a while ago. I haven't seen this brother in a long time, but I heard him one time come on Tariq's panel, and I had to go see. I had to go see what this brother looked like for myself. I had to go see for myself what this brother looked like. I've never. I was on this brother's. I was watching this brother's YouTube live, and this was a tether calling another person a tether. I've never before seen it before in my life. And this brother, have you guys seen? Y'all know the Simpsons, right? The Simpsons character. Y'all know the grandfather in the Simpsons, how his forehead, how he got wrinkles in his forehead is like really big and really. I think the Simpsons are tethers, family. I really do. I don't think that. But this dude looked like a Simpson character. Think of a dark-skinned man with a forehead longer than this, like from here to here was his forehead. And it had like that. Think of Grandpa Simpson head shape on a black man with glasses on. Okay, I mean extra nerded. Okay, this brother was talking like he was a black American, looking like a tether, and had the nerve to call somebody else a tether. I couldn't believe it, family. All I could do was laugh. It was the most funniest thing I've ever seen. And when I say he's a tether, he's a tether. He's cosplaying us. He believes he's us. He is very, what do you call it? He's very, he talks down on the black community. He's one of those, but he's like, oh, black people need to do this and black people need to do that and stop the crime in Chicago. And he had the nerve to call one of his own a tether. He said, shut up, tether, you're a tether.
That's wild.
And I was like, that was the funniest and the wildest thing I've ever heard in my life. I can't think of his name. I wish I could. I'll give y'all that because I want y'all to. Listen, I don't want to bring too much notoriety to these people, but sometimes you just got to see for yourself. This dude is funny.
Yeah, don't say it on here because we don't want to give them more extra publicity, man. But send it to my inbox, man. I want to see this.
I'll try to remember what it is, and I'll send it to your inbox, man. But you got to go see this for yourself. He does a live on there, and it's like a bunch of little incel, nerdish type of dudes that get on there and ask questions. And he tried to be the spokesperson for Black America. He tried to answer questions about being black. And that's what we're tired of. I mean, we're tired of these people acting like they're us and answering like they're us and telling other people what blackness is. Telling us what blackness is. Oh, you ain't really black because you're not African, or you ain't really black because you're not Jamaican, or you're not from the Caribbean. You ain't. I'm like, what? And then they got the nerve to use our brother 𝗖𝗔 Hussle as an example. What would Nipsey do? What would Malcolm X do? What would Farrakhan do? You'd be like, blasphemy.
Let me see. So what is that? Ibrahim, nobody got time for that. We about done talking about y'all anyway. Y'all don't get that much energy. That's it. We moving on.
Back
we
to
don't need to fight back.
industrializing FBA. Let's get back to that. That's enough. I'm
Listen,
over
I
it.
got no energy for y'all with that garbage.
Everybody, FBA, we'll be sending links. We'll be communicating, conversing back and forth on another platform. So everybody, look out for a link to join. That way we can come together as a collective and just talk about FBA business.
Yes, indeed. That's coming. That's coming. Yeah, man, we're gonna start a Telegram real soon for the FBA coin, so everybody can, start understanding, vibing. Y'all can ask y'all questions in there. We'll answer your questions in there for the FBA coin and things like that. So also be on the lookout for that as well too. So many things we're doing, man. Listen, we have to build it. We can't look for other communities to build something that we need for our community. We got to have people that are willing to take out a time of their busy schedule, because everybody's busy. We need people, we need volunteers who want to build the infrastructure of the future for our people. That's what we need, family. We need people who are willing to say, hey, man, I'm going to take some time out and I'm going to help y'all put together this infrastructure, because it's going to be better for all of us. We need somebody working on a green book. We need somebody working on a green book. We need to know all our black businesses. We need to know where all of them are at.
I would like to do that.
Please. 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie, come up. Everybody wants to call you up here, man. Come on up, man. Request up, man. Request up. Everybody want to talk to you. I don't know what they want to talk to you about. Tell us what's going on in Burkina Faso. Are you the real 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶, or are you just trying to take his name? Come up. Come up.
Like you taking ours.
Matter of fact, we got some demands from 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶. We want gold. We want silver. We want mineral rights. We want rare earth. We want it all. The same deal you gave to Russia, we as Black Americans, we want that too. What can you do for Black Americans? And we might stand with you. But what can you do for us? What can you do for us? I want gold. I want land. I want silver. I want it all. The exact same deal you gave to Russia, the exact same deal you gave to China. We, as foundational Black Americans, we want the same thing. We're ready to talk business, talk real turkey here. This is what we want. What do you want? How about that? What do you want from us? We already told you what we want from you. That's my message to 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶. You want Black Americans' help? Or you might think you don't need our help. That's cool too. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers are with you. We send our thoughts and prayers to Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali. We give you our thoughts and our prayers. But if you want some action, let's negotiate. That's as real as it can get.
We're about to start to ignore 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶 because obviously they won't come up. He talking about somebody terrorizing us. No, look, you talking about a bunch of non-factoids. Nobody cares about somebody that wants to be a bully. We not in elementary school. We just all grown.
He's somebody who want to get bullied. That's all.
No, see, this is where those talking points come back up again. Oh, well, when I was little, they called me an African booty scratcher, and it's your fault that my feelings are hurt, so I'll never get over it again. And oh my God, we are looking to come up with solutions. Keep your problems to yourself.
Right?
If
What is
you
it
can't
going?
come up here and help with the conversation, we don't want to hear from you. Period.
If it don't make money, it don't make sense. Like, how much money is it going to make us to listen to that BS? It's not. To even read your comments is not. It's not making us no money.
That complaint is kind of weird. It's like a 40-year-old cry. Didn't that booty scratcher come from Boys in the Hood?
No, it was back in the day.
Like, I remember hearing
that back in the 70s.
Yeah.
I first heard it, Boys in the Hood, but I was young.
I heard it.
We used to call each other that and make fun about that when I was younger. But that's where I had first heard of that.
Yeah. So if
I heard
professor.
that back in the 70s.
If your nails was real short, that's what we used to say. Like when you was, you done bit your nails
Uh-huh.
down to the skin. That's what that was. I don't know. That's just
Yeah. We got booty diggers.
Yeah,
That's what.
here's the thing. It's a misconception that it is like a term for darker skinned people, and that's not true. I'm not dark skinned, but I was called the same thing in
So was
elementary school in the
Me
I got
too.
called the
1980s.
African booty scratcher.
Talk about
Yeah,
in the 1980s. You know what I'm saying? I definitely was not a dark skinned kid. You know what I'm saying at the time. I got darker over time, but I got called the same thing. Like, and we didn't have no Africans in our school. We're talking about Dallas, Texas, in the 1980s. Wasn't no Africans. There was zero Africans there. It was just all Black American people. And as little kids, we would use that term ABS. You know what I'm saying against each other, and it was just funny because you're a little kid. You're talking about booty. You talk about scratching booty. That's hilarious to little kids. That's all it boils down to. It wasn't
Hey,
like slurs against
DH
Africans.
Kingpin, that is our culture.
you
That's
know,
what it is. When
you
they
know where
say
they
we ain't
got
got
it
no culture,
from?
that's our culture right there.
Right.
Yeah, you know where they got it from?
Don't you
They
find
got it
it
from watching
weird that
movies
they?
and watching TV, watching them Africans scratch their butt, watching the slave from Roots scratch their butt. That's where they got it from. These are
But I
kids.
never
Kids are
saw that.
trying things differently.
They'd have been upset
Wow.
about the dozens then, because we talked about your mother and everybody else
Man,
that we could think
man,
of.
it got
How
so
come these
bad
small
we had to make
things
parents
keep
off limits.
bothering them still?
Yes.
It got so bad. We had to say, you talk about my mama, we gonna fight.
Right.
exactly.
Some people didn't play that. I
We
didn't
used
play
to
that.
roast
Hey,
everybody.
hey,
It
when
got
the
to the point
mamas
where we
come
said,
up, that's when you cross the line. That's when we say, hey, now you
oh
crossing
yeah.
the line.
And I remember I was playing basketball and I was balling and dude kept fouling me and dude was winning. I was like, yo mama. And the next thing you know, he's like, after school, when we get off the bus, I'm gonna beat you up. And I
And
was like,
furthermore, yeah, you know what? We did used to see them with the fly, fanning the flies.
that's what we
From
got
the
it from. We
Saturday,
got it from watching the
what,
television
yeah,
and we
when they
saw
was
somebody
begging for
scratch
money for
their
them to
butt.
eat. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? They were begging for money for them with them kids on there with them great big swollen stomachs. With, look,
Mm-hmm.
they had infant tiger with all that stuff crusted around their nose and their mouth. You know what I'm
Meanwhile, we
saying?
was feeding Sally Struthers instead of feeding the kids.
Right, but those are the commercials.
Still
you
got
That's
should.
where all that from. It looked like the Great Dust Bowl on the commercials. Like those are memories. And guess what? Who they praising is who showed us that. Who marketed that to us. It's the people that they praise and want to cosplay after they,
Mm-hmm.
we second in line because they chose try to juxtaposition the white folks first. You know what I'm saying? They want to be them so bad that they'll try to step on us.
Yeah. So man, listen, I don't really got too many issues with West Africans. It's not that I don't like y'all, but I give y'all that business because let's be real. A lot of y'all, some of y'all, are descendants of slave traders, and y'all can never get that out of your history.
Facts.
Are descendants of slave traders. So I understand why y'all act out and got to be performative and say all these things. I don't really got too much smoke for East Africa except for Somalians. I'll be honest. Me and Somalians, we got. I mean, I ain't gonna say we got beef, but I'm gonna give you that business every time because you're the blacks in Africa who think you're Arab and y'all want to be treated like YT. And I don't got a problem with. I got a problem with some Ethiopians and some Eritreans because y'all kind of adopt that mindset like Somalians because y'all all neighbors over there. I really don't got no issue with Kenyans. Maybe a few Kenyans get on my nerves because they just jumping into stuff that they don't understand about. Ugandans, Tanzania, y'all just jumping into stuff that y'all don't understand about. But really, the major smoke is with kind of like with West Africa and the descendants of these slave traders. That's what we're dealing with here. I don't really got smoke for anybody else outside of that. I don't care if you're from Sierra Leone. I don't, I rock with some of my Nigerian brothers and sisters. I mean, y'all cool, some of y'all, but the mindset is always going to be the issue. I can, once I figure out what your mindset is, delineate. Once I find out your mindset is not really conducive to what I'm trying to do or what I'm trying to build, I'm just going to separate myself. I'll talk to you friendly, cordial all day long, but the moment I realize that you got a colonizer's mindset, I don't even want to help you. You know what I'm gonna say? Y'all better. I went to an NOI meeting on Sunday. Now let me tell you, I'm always watching and paying attention. I'm not NOI, but I'm always watching and I'm always paying attention to structure, to order, to discipline. And one thing that dawned on me is, you know what you'll get if you go into the NOI, you'll get a black consciousness. They actually teach you black consciousness in those NOI meetings. You can go to an NOI meeting and you will come out feeling black empowered. You will come out with the struggle. You'll get caught up to speed. They don't really teach that. I don't really know any other place. I don't really know. Churches don't teach black consciousness. Where can you go to get the black consciousness from? Where can you go to be taught this? Because it doesn't be taught in school. You can, like I said, some things are caught, not taught. You can grow up around it. And you catch it by hanging out. You can catch it. But for the most part, there's not really a place that I know that teaches black consciousness other than the NOI. And I got to give them props for that. I went to that meeting and I was sitting there and I was like, this brother gave you the whole history. He gave you the whole struggle in a 10, 15, 20-minute sermon. I was impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the church. It depends on the black church that you go to. Because what happens is they'll demonize the black church when we have a pastor that speaks like that. Because remember, when Obama was running for president, I think it was, his pastor in Chicago was very, very radical, very pro-black. And he was like saying, God damn you, America, for all the things you've done to black people, this, that, and the third. He had a sermon. And they were like, and this is Obama's pastor. And look at that. He's a hate-filled hater.
Hold on. What you say? Listen, I remember that. That. I've never, listen, I'll be honest with you. I've never been to church in Chicago before. So I don't know, man, but I know some of them pastors over there. There's another pastor. What's that pastor's name? Oh, there's another pastor, man, that stands on business too. I can't remember his name. He's bald headed. He got this thick mustache, kind of like this. Jenkins, I don't know. What's his name? What's that pastor? I don't know. I haven't seen, I'm from California, y'all, so I haven't seen too many black churches really teach the black. Geno Jennings, there you go. I seen Geno Jennings. Now I know you're gonna get that black conscience up in Geno Jennings' church. Yeah. And whoever that pastor for Obama was, he was saying some radical things. I was actually liking what that brother.
He was on it. He was on it.
But the only other place I've ever heard them preach black consciousness was coming out of the NOI. I went to them on Sunday, and listen. I'm not an NOI family, but I frequently visit different places. But I look at when I go to places, I'm studying structure. How do they got their discipline? How they do their discipleship? How many youth do they have in their church? Do they have order? I like order. If you got order and structure, you got me. I'm probably gonna go. I'm gonna go back again next Sunday. But go ahead, Minister Cash Boy. Go ahead, brother. I know this is an NOI brother here. Go ahead.
What's good? Nah, I heard you giving props to the nation.
Yeah, I just understand. I got to, man. I got you, man.
We mainly talk about we own this. This is our planet. We don't just like the Moors talk about that they got Morocco. No, we claim the entire planet. We were here before everybody else. No one else came before us. They told us that we came after everybody.
I got some kids. And that's one thing. Another NOI, they got kids, man. They raise their kids up into that black consciousness, and that's what I can appreciate. I appreciate the discipline. I appreciate the structure. Now I'm not NOI, and I got nothing against my NOI brother. A lot of stuff they've been saying, we should have been listening to it. A lot when they were saying black people need to own their own and come out. I mean, we should have been paying attention to that. We should have been paying attention to that. But them pastors up in Chicago, like I said, those two that you mentioned, Dread, Dino Jennings being one of them. That's the only other place I've seen it.
Yeah,
Well, I know you don't get that black consciousness from. But
Oh yeah,
where's
there's still some pastors out there that's getting down. You know, still a few out there getting down.
Okay. And I know T.D. Jakes wasn't. I'll tell you that right now. T.D. Jakes wasn't. That brother was like, I remember going to a T.D. Jakes conference in 1999, and I kid you not, the only thing I got out of T.D. Jakes was, "Give me $99 to get your 99 blessings." I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I read his book 𝗖𝗄. What the fuck are you talking about? I read his book 𝗖𝗄. And it was a good book. And I said, after reading the book 𝗖𝗄, I said, let me go check out his conference. Checked out his conference. He said he gave a pretty decent message. It was powerful. There was other pastors up there too. But it just looked like a show, family. I don't like shows.
He's suspect. He might be up there with Diddy. I don't know.
Well, if
he start naming stuff, naming people, he might get caught.
Family, that goes back to what I was talking about earlier. The rise and fall of FBA. Look at our brother, young Pharaoh. He started out rocking with his people, and then he got a little bit of money, and it was all downhill from there. We have to be careful. We have to be careful about that forbidden fruit. Do not eat of the forbidden fruit. Do not be seduced by the forbidden fruit, family.
Who'd you say?
Young Pharaoh. Have you heard about young Pharaoh, Monique?
I want to say yeah, but I would have to look at him to see.
Just Google him. He'll come up. He was pretty big at one time. Matter of fact, he was the first brother I ever heard say that we was the biggest in the United States. And I thought he was crazy when he said that back then. And come to find out, he's right, man. The largest ethnic group in the United States is foundational Black Americans. It's us. We outnumber YT people. We outnumber the Germans Americans, the Irish Americans, the Mexican Americans, the English Americans, the Italian Americans, the Polish Americans, whatever you want to call. We outnumber them just in our ethnic group. We are the largest. That's why they don't want us ever to know that, family. They don't even, honestly, I could get in trouble for saying that because it's the truth. They don't want us to know that in this United States, we're the biggest. We really carry all the power. They don't really have power outside of us. They need to lump up together. They have a code. They have a system of YT supremacy that upholds and keeps them. They have a YT welfare system that they all benefit from. That's how they defeat us. They use propaganda and witchcraft to make us think that we're 13, 14% of this country when we're the majority in this country. If we break everybody down ethnically. So they keep talking about this holy war or whatever they keep talking about. That's a myth. Let me tell you why it's a myth, family. They don't have enough riders. I don't care. Listen, first of all, another thing I saw by going to the NOI, just FO. Listen. They can't even handle one of them FOI brothers. Let's keep it above. Above. A lot of them FOI brothers, they eat the right food. The person I saw preaching the word, the brother was lean, slim, skin was perfect. Skin, I don't know, the brother was well shaved, skin looked perfect. Like he was eating all the right foods. He didn't look like he was out of shape like I am. He looked like he was on his square. And I look at that and I appreciate that. I may not believe everything. I could tell you some things I didn't like. He was big up in Africa way too much in that meeting. He said something like Africans are more able to get this message than Black Americans. And I thought the message was outdated a little bit because they still talking about Malcolm. I'm like, we in 2025 and y'all still talking about who killed, y'all didn't kill Malcolm. And I thought his message was like basically outdated to the 80s and the 90s a little bit because he's talking about how Black people are down bad and how I'm like, man, I'm looking around like, man, I don't know any Black people that are really down bad like that. You know, I mean, where I'm from, in my neighborhood, Black people are doing phenomenal. So,
I mean, you know, depending on what, like you
that's the
said.
only issue I had, you know, and they was talking about going to Africa, and I'm like, well, just go to Africa. You know, what's stopping you from going to Africa? If you want to go to Africa, they was acting like Africa took a lot of money to go and travel to. Man, I'd have been there 5, 7, 8 times already. So how hard is it to fly to Africa if you want to go? My wife laughing at me, y'all. I gotta look at my wife laughing.
But I mean, it's true depending on where you are, you know, and you know how you're looking at things. You know what I mean? How self-reliant you are.
So I'm like, man, and then if you're gonna preach prosperity, I need to see it. If you want to preach a heaven on earth, show it to me. That's what I'm about. Show it to me. Show me. Show me. Lead by example. Don't tell me about how it's gonna be. Show me how it's gonna be. And that's all I want to do for my people. I want to say, listen, I'm gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna show you what I'm really saying and what I'm really preaching. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put together things that for our people. We're gonna show you this decentralized bank that we're talking about. We're gonna show you how we're gonna keep money in the Black community. We're gonna at least fix the financial piece, and then we're gonna put together a think tank and attach it to the financial piece and give it power. That's what I'm gonna do for the family. That's what I'm working on daily. When y'all don't see me on TikTok, that's what I'm doing. I want to show you what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. I'm gonna put together people and we're gonna build it. I'm gonna find like-minded people and we're gonna build it. We're gonna build this. So one thing I did like the mindset that we gotta build it here on earth. We're not waiting for no pie in the sky. We're not waiting on no roads paved with gold. We're going to build everything for our people here on earth. We'll worry about whatever it is in the afterlife when we get there. Because chances are you just coming right back anyway. It's a whole one big reincarnation. It's a cycle. You live, you unalive. You live, you unalive. To me, you never really are unalive. You live forever. As long as you have a soul and a spirit, it's going to live forever. And it's got to go somewhere. So I'm assuming it's going to come back here. So we need to build it. So when we come back here in another life, in another time, in another century, we are doing okay and we're not suffering. So let's build the infrastructure and let's get that going. And you know, my thing is, once I pass the time, you're not going to have to slow down to get it. You're going to be able to keep running. I want to be able to pass this baton to the millennials, to the Gen Zs. By the time they turn my age, which is 45, they have the power that I didn't even have today. So if I can pass a baton that's hot and ready, that all they gotta do is run and stride and catch it, and their job is to do another clean baton pass to the next generation. So we can keep doing a clean baton pass to the next generation. It's game over. We're gonna leapfrog and dominate in this world, period. Our 50 million gonna grow to 100 million. Our 100 million gonna grow to 200 million. Our 200 million gonna grow to 400 million. That's what I want.
Hey, you can start with 10 cents for people who don't want to move at that pace. Like Muhammad taught us to start with 10 cents a day. That 10 cents by the end of the year will turn into $1 million if you do it correctly. 10 cents a day.
We're getting
10
there.
cents turn into $1. 10 cents turn into $1. That's the economical Elijah Muhammad's economic blueprint. 10 cents turn to $1. $1 turns to $5. $5 will turn to $10, and then keep going, and you made $1 million with just your household alone.
Come on. That's it. And I want this in every household, but I'm teaching my family that the blockchain, decentralized currency, decentralized digital currency on the blockchain is our future. Nobody can shut that down. Once we start it, nobody can stop it. Nobody can cut it off. All we got to do is buy into it, and it's going to take care of it. That's part of it. Then there's the blockchain. The blockchain is listen. Cryptocurrency. Excuse me, family. Cryptocurrency is just a small. It's not even. I'll say it like this. Cryptocurrency is the driving force of the blockchain, but it's not even 1% of the capability of the blockchain. The blockchain, in simple terms, is a decentralized ledger where it records everything. But the ecosystems that you can build on the blockchain are phenomenal. We can build our whole ecosystem on the blockchain, and this can take care of us. Go back and watch the movie Total Recall. When you go back and watch the movie Total Recall, I want you to put yourself in that movie. Put yourself as a foundational Black American. You are Dennis Quaid, and you are having an awakening. You're realizing that you lived a whole nother life, and you have a whole other secret that can unlock the earth. And the new system is not Mars, but it's the blockchain. And in your DNA is the key to unlocking that blockchain. Go back and watch the movie Total Recall and insert yourself in that movie, and you will see what we are and what we can do. We're in a renaissance right now. We're in an awakening right now, and it's happening.
I thought that was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger's in that movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger, but they have two of them. But I would say watch the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But you can watch the new one too. But if you put yourself in that movie, you'll understand. The character's name was Dennis Quaid. That's the character's name. The character's name is Dennis Quaid. He played the character named Dennis Quaid or something, Quaid. But put yourself in that movie and realize that what you have locked in your DNA, the power that you have, the reason why they want to propagandize you and put you under heavy witchcraft is they don't want to know that what you have inside of you is the key to everything. If, they keep saying, if we know who we really are, they don't want us to connect with the past, because once we connect with the past, we know our future already. So that's why it's important that everybody does their genealogy. That's part of unlocking the future for you. That's part of unlocking greatness, is knowing where you came from. The moment you know your genealogy and where you came from, you combated 85% of the lies. You combat once you figure out who you are. When you understand that, and I'm going to piggyback off Minister Cash, we are the original man. We've had an ethnogenesis, but we come from the original people. And then you take that fast forward into the future and be like, wow, I'm still here. You're not going anywhere. All they're going to do from here on out is lie to you. So you have to turn off their legacy media, turn off their propaganda machine, turn off whatever you're listening to that causes you not to know who you are, that tells you you're an African. Turn that off. Turn that off. And plug into grassroots media where we're going.
So I'm on live every day with this other person, and he talks about reprogramming your mind, and so to speak, and really deprogramming. So, and it's on. If you want to inbox me out, because this is somebody else's platform. I don't want to actually.
Yeah, get you don't always send that to me. I'm gonna be plugged in. I'm gonna pay attention. Go.
It's
Go
good.
ahead.
I love to network and pass along good information. Period. That's just me.
Matter of fact, put it in the group chat. Put it in the group chat so we all.
Right.
But yeah, man, listen. This is my belief. Y'all don't have to believe like me, but this is what I believe. This is what I found to be true. I'm righteous, family. I was born righteous. My bloodline, my DNA, based on me being a foundational Black American, I was born into the people who are righteous. Now, whether I act out righteousness or not, that's a different story. Now, I believe we should be morally sound. We should have principles, and we should stand on business. But as a righteous person who was born into this lineage of righteousness, my job is to exact righteousness, is to perform righteous deeds. That's what I believe. I don't believe that that man cannot be perfect. And I don't mean perfect like mean doing everything perfect. I believe man should be mature. When I say perfect, I mean mature. We should grow up and we should not remain stagnant. I believe there are no such thing as right or wrong decisions. There are only decisions that you make and decisions that you make right. I'm a make it right person. No matter what path I choose, I'm going to make it right. Maybe I went down this way and I realized I'm going the wrong way. My job is to turn my butt around and go back the right way. Or my job is to find a path back to the right way from where I'm at. As a man. That's what I believe. When you talk about the Most High, man, listen, I believe in the Most High and the ancestors. I don't practice Christianity. I don't practice religion. I try to live a spiritual and a holy life. And it's not about, I'm praying 24 hours a day and I'm living like a monk. No. When I say spiritual, I mean in the spirit of. I try to be in the spirit of what I'm doing. I try to carry that very essence of what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be a spiritual person where I'm praying like 24 hours a day. I am a spiritual person because I'm connected to the frequency of God. So as long as I'm tuned to the frequency of the Most High and the frequency of the ancestors, and I can get instruction, then I can operate here. I know how I should be operating, things I should be doing. If you want to call that religion, I don't know what you call it, but that's what I believe. And I'm not here to force what I believe on people, but that's what's helped me. Some people go to church and they pray. I don't even close my eyes when I pray. I don't, the Bible, the scriptures say watch and pray. So I do it literally. I watch and I pray. So while y'all are closing your eyes and bowing your head, I'm doing this. I'm looking. I'm watching y'all, and I'm praying. I live a prayer. Praying. They say pray without ceasing. Prayer just means ask or make a strong demand. So I'm constantly requiring higher things of myself, holding myself to a higher standard. That's kind of my prayer. I hold myself to a higher standard, and then I live up to those things that I require in myself. I don't really look outside of myself to get anything. I look inside of myself to find everything and to perform everything. That's just what I believe. If you want to break that down in a nutshell, you want to call that a religion? Go ahead. That's just what I believe. And belief is, it's like belief and knowing are two different things. Belief is believing in something you don't believe. Knowing is different. I try to operate in the knowing. I have a belief system, but I also have a system that I know. And there's things that I know, and there's things that I don't know. So the things that I don't know, I have a belief. But the things that I do know, I make sure I put into practice. Go ahead.
While you were speaking, I was looking at my supreme wisdom, And it reminded me exactly what you said. It says right here in the beginning, the very beginning from W.D. Farad, he says, here is lesson number 1 is said to be the student's assignment. First, knowledge of himself and his heavenly home, the best part of the planet Earth, and who was the enemy to him and his nation, and why the enemy and the righteous could not live together, and why was the righteous able to cast out his enemy. This teaches the student that what he must do with the enemy of the righteous today. The righteous nation is now living in every part of the planet Earth. Therefore, the enemy must now be removed in every part of the planet Earth. Why is stress made to the Muslims to copy? The minister Elijah Muhammad's answers. The past history shows that the Almighty Allah sends prophets and apostles for the people's guide and example. And through them, his mystery was revealed. And those who followed the apostles will see the light. Let me get in my son real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry,
It's funny that you brought this up. It literally made me think about it. It's because we keep trying to attach to only one land and not the entire earth. If you should desire yourself as an FBA, you should desire yourself as a black man that controls this whole earth. It belongs to us. It's our soil. But here you find our people. We watching Gaia channel. We watching all these other channels that put their people up top. They made a whole movie back in 2001 called Gods of Egypt. Literally profoundly talking about our gods. Asar, Aset, Set, which Seth. Come on. Back, and we sitting here saying, oh, well, Africa's not us. No, that's our planet. Now we must purge it. America's our planet. Now we must purge it. Prophet Noble Jew Ali, peace be upon him. Prophet Noble Jew Ali told us straight up. He said, a man who does fight for his planet will unalive to the cause of the planet. Unalive to the cause.
No, listen,
we need all of our planet.
I believe this. Listen, we gotta do things in stages. I believe we have to first come together as a people here, and everything else,
of course,
we're going to evolve into it. I think we're evolving into understanding that into planetary consciousness. Mm-hmm. We're evolving into planetary consciousness, but we got to first have ethnic conscience first. We have to first get ourselves together as an ethnic group and get on code. And then eventually, like I said, eventually, we'll come back to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora and say, listen, y'all need to get on this. But it's the consciousness that we have that's kept us around and alive and thriving for so long. We have to develop this consciousness that we have, which is the black consciousness, and keep teaching that and practicing that here on the earth. And once the black consciousness becomes the main source, everybody plugged into that black consciousness, then we can talk about that planetary stuff. But right now,
no, I wasn't bringing that up for that. Yeah. I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm on the same page as you, right? I'm just taking it a step farther. Is because the fact is, the reason why the nation's been going on for 44 years, whether you like or dislike the nation, I know your place with it too much. Trust me.
I love the nation.
But,
I love for the nation.
Yeah, I know. But I'm talking to the people that dislike the nation, right? Whether you want to like it or not, right? The reason why we've been going on for 44 years is because we came up with a dissension. Means if you are not for us, we are not talking to you. You know, we no longer want you. We don't deem you one of us. Now, if you come in and you're willing to learn, ready to know who you are, then it's fine. Be it. That's why Elijah Muhammad told us that we do not take converts. We take reverts. Because once you join, it's a birthright to be here. This nation belongs to you. A man who desires a nation desires an impact. You cannot be anything other than a nation once you're a part of it. But if you desire something else, then why are you with us? We will leave you in the dust and not look back. You know what I mean? I think Tariq Nasheed said that on his live. Why are we still waiting for you? It's 2025. We should have caught up already. Hence you got tethers and NPCs talking about, oh, well, see, Well, see, why we gotta think subjectively to our people? It's common sense, dummy. Like literally, it's common sense. Everybody else can think subjectively to their people, but we can't. It's nothing odd about it. Everybody else can be selfish with their culture, but we can't. It's nothing odd about it. But because we have NPCs that we keep saying they're one of us, they're one of us. No, they're not. Because they're not thinking about our culture first. They're not thinking about what they did, what our enemies did, outright what our enemies did to our native indigenous here in America, what they did to our people in Africa, what they did to our people in Spain and Europe and Ireland. You feel me? They're not thinking about that. They helping them out. So why are we still holding their hands? It's time to leave. Leave them behind. But yeah, most definitely, I'm on that side. Like, we do got to start here. We do got to start here first. Mr. Farrakhan said that when it was Muammar Gaddafi who offered the Nation of Islam millions of dollars to build there.
Billion.
And he billions. And Mr. Farrakhan, what he said? Mr. Farrakhan said, no, my people are here. We can't collectively move off until we are all redeemed and saved. Now imagine Mr. Farrakhan would say, yeah, it's time to leave. Then what? He took soil, he took soil and threw it in their face and said, I'm gonna stay here for my people. I'm gonna stay here.
Smart move, because considering what smart move. That would have been if y'all would have moved over there, it would have been all bad. Y'all would have got it would have been what's going on now. So that was actually a divine move to choose it. You know, let me tell you something, man. You know, we're not fleers. We don't flee. That's our moral authority that we have over all tethers. Tethers flee, we don't. Like you said, you think people haven't offered us land? People haven't made a way for us to flee? Of course. But we can't do that. We won't do that. We understand like what Moses understood. I can't be a pharaoh in another person's country while my people are suffering. I'd rather go down there and be with my people and build them up from there. And that's what Moses did. Moses became a nation builder with the slaves of Egypt and brought them out of Egypt into their own land. We, as foundational Black Americans, we as the original man and woman on this earth, we cannot afford to be seduced by trinkets, by people promising us stuff. We have to stand on business and deliver our people here. And that's what we're doing. I mean, it's a free country. You can move to whatever country you want to move to and go build that up. But if your own people are struggling or are left behind,
here, my people is right here in America.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna build here in America. I'm gonna build my community here in America before I even think about going building over there in Africa. I'd rather put my time and my resources here building my people up.
Hey, so you in Wakanda?
Home has to be taken care of, and with all the voting and all that, it's hard to distinguish who's who. And if you got the attitude that you ready to hop ship and get up out of here, you ain't really got no business making decisions or whatever. Because I'm ready to fight for mine. I'm standing on mine to the end of, till it's over with. But all those people who talking like, hey, I'm gonna go to this country, it's better, they about to do this. Yeah, my mindset is different. It's like, all right, what we need to do to make sure that don't happen. Let's do that. Let's start working on that.
All right, you guys. I gotta shut things down, but I want to give everybody a chance to speak. We're gonna Crypto. You can go ahead and close this out. We'll go to Miss Bazemore, Step Up, Minister, and Monique, and then you can close this out. Miss Bazemore.
Again, I'm gonna emphasize keep teaching your kids financial literacy. We have to sweep around our own front door before we worry about anybody else's. We have to make sure that we do what we need to do for us here first before we go worrying about what other people are doing, because ain't nobody worrying about us. So again, teach your kids financial literacy. Get them, encourage them, love them, let them know that they're loved, so that way they can come to you when they need you, instead of finding out the hard way. Hey, Munchkin. And just, yeah, we just got to do better. Come with solutions, not problems.
There you go.
That's it.
Bring your logic, not your emotions. Go ahead, step up.
Oh, I'm just excited about, everybody working together, moving forward, leaving them Africans alone, ignoring them, and doing positive things.
Okay. Minister?
I was dealing with my children. What happened? What was the question?
No, I was like, we're going to close out. You got any last words?
Oh, no, I said my last word. I was just listening.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I agree with you. We can't be having that flee mentality. We can't be having that running away and escape. Our fight is here. But I was going to add on to that, right? Because I'm sure we saw Wakanda. And what did they do at the end of the movie? They set up base here. Like if you look at the mosque, look at the Nation of Islam, for example. We have a mosque in Mexico. We have a mosque in the UK. We have a mosque in Ireland. Wherever our people is. Look this up. Abel Muhammad runs a mosque in Mexico. Why? It's because we cannot be a nation and we don't, and as we proclaim that we are the God of the universe, not have something over there to show proof that we are the gods of the universe. You can't. It don't go together. We want the entire planet, not just one land. But we will start here for where our people is. Where our people is here in America. We've been here since forever and they erased us. And then they have the audacity to create the Gaia channel and all these movies that depicted us. Like I was talking to my one of my boys, one of my homies, and we was like I said, I'm in California too. So you know how we get, you know how the FBA and the NOI get when we get together, we talk. So we was watching the Gods of Egypt. And we was like, wow, they did this right in front of our face. We looked at it as it's entertainment. But to them, if they control the history, they can say that our history is theirs. Set did not just run Africa. Set conquered the world. Seth is in the Bible. He didn't conquer just Egypt. Asar, Aset, they didn't just conquer Egypt. They conquered the world. And they knew this. We fought them 4 times. The 4th time is when we lost. Because our own sold us out. So if we beat them 3 times, and up to the 4th, imagine the 5th, what would happen? They've been in fear of what we can do together. Because they knew what happened. We fought them 4 times, had them in bondage. Don't believe that we was slaves, the only slaves. No, we had them in bondage when the Moors came to Spain and conquered the Portuguese. We taught them how to eat, sleep, write, and boo-boo for themselves. They couldn't do anything without our hand. We taught them this knowledge. They were eating with their hands. Marrying their daughters. We taught them this knowledge. That was not okay. That none of that was okay. We taught them that knowledge. We know what the Arabs did to Islam. They put their prophet in hand. Their prophet was our prophet. He was a black man. But they whitewashed him. And then don't speak about him. Imagine, and question this, if Prophet Muhammad looked like them, why not they show his face? If Jesus looked like them, why is it in Revelation that say he was bronze complected?
This next truck has got some tricks.
I'm just saying, I'll end with that.
That's a good point. I never looked at it like that, but yeah, I mean, if we really use, see, that's the thing. If we really use our common sense and stop letting them think for us, and we start critical thinking, the answer is right there. So that's a good point you just made. Go ahead, Monique.
I had to get to the mute button. So my last word is always gonna be network. Stay on code. Remember, you are the resource. When you see somebody out there in a bad, in a bad way, if you could do something for them that they're one of us, do it. You know what I mean? If they ask, if somebody asks, just go ahead and reach out. Because the one thing we don't want to do is shun and put away those that are in need that look like us. We got to go ahead and get our family back together, y'all. So be the resource, be the mentors that these kids out here need that are wayward, as much as you can. You know what I mean? Just in every way I can say is we gotta, you are all saying, and I'm just reiterating, get back on code and get our unity back together. That's it. That's the bottom line. Point period blank.
All right. Go ahead, Crypto. Close us out, brother.
Yeah, I just want to say to the family, man, stay away from all these gender wars. Stay away from this diaspora war. Don't get too locked into that. What we need to do is focus on our unity. And right now, the delineation process, that's where we at right now. We're gathering together, we're coming together with our ideas, and we're putting actions together. All the gender, all of the relationship between the black man, black woman, don't get caught in that. I love my sisters. We love our sisters, and I love my brothers. I know my brothers love me. It's too many people who's been able to get in and divide us throughout these years, and that's by just keeping us separated and scattered. So we need to come together and get back that unity. We're working on the blockchain. And we're going to be able to put everything on the blockchain. And that's going to cut out all the middleman, all that drama, all that depending on somebody to what they say, all that the rules changing, the lines being blurred and all that. All of that's going to be taken off the table. So that way we're transparent with each other as a community. So once we get together, our spirit can thrive and we can work with each other. All those black businesses out there, we tie it straight to the blockchain. Hey, this is who we support. This is who we with. This ain't got anything to do with religion. You can have your religion. You can do whatever you want. But the people who standing in the spirit of me, I want to embrace them. I want to love them. Even my brothers who out there saying they African American and they don't want to delineate, hey, that's fine. You stay on that side. I'm going to work with my brothers who want to work with me. And if you want to come in the fold, I accept you with open arms. But until then, this is going to be good for us to see who's who, where you stand. Are you with us? Or you against us? Where you trying to go? You fighting for Africa? Go fight for Africa, but fight for Africa over there. Stay away from that. I'm fighting for my country. I'm building my country. Now, again, it's always love, but right now we got to work on each other. So we're going to use this blockchain. We're going to come together as a collective, get together, and we're just going to love on each other, family. That's the way I see it. We're just going to love it on each other, put our thoughts and ideas together, and make it pop again. I mentioned earlier that we're going to come together. I'm going to send out a link so everybody know. Because TikTok, they're going to get to do whatever they want to do with TikTok. All these platforms, they got control over it. So we got to find other ways where we can get to, and we can just talk amongst the family and strategize and put things together. Because all the innovations, y'all know we move this world. So we put it together and that's how we going to all stay on code. Because if you ain't locked in with your people, you don't know what's going on. But this is what we got right now. I got access to the brothers in Florida, California, Ohio, wherever you at, I got access to you. Something going on, I ain't got to depend on the media. I can come on this, go live right here and say, hey, what's really going on and what's going on out there in California? What's going on in DC? It's an issue going on right now in DC. I got access to my brothers to say, hey, what's really going on? What the problem is? Is there a problem? Is this all just smoke and mirrors? What is it? So and as we come together, that's just gonna make us more powerful. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with the rest of the brothers and sisters, and all of those that's lost school them. Because some people don't pay attention to the politics. A lot of us are stuck in the distraction of getting up and going to work. People are not paying attention to what's going on with Trump. They're not paying attention to international affairs. You know, some people are just lost in that cycle. But let's make sure when they do wake up, they got a home to come to. And I'll land there.
All right, man. Well said. Hey, I can't add nothing else on that but say plug into the. I wish Cousin was here. He'll tell you plug into the New Black Media, Professor Black True, Torian Rains, Vicky Dillard, 𝗔𝗯𝗫𝘂𝘁𝗂𝘁𝗃, Afro Elite, a host of other people. Too Much Moxie. Tune in to the New Black Media. Focus. Get your information from the grassroots. Don't believe anybody else. If it doesn't come from the grassroots, it's not real. And man, you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you like this, man. What's the newspaper with the NOI? What's the newspaper called? The Daily Minister?
I want the final call.
Yeah, get the final call.
You can order a final call at the website. I also got a website.
Listen, get the final call.
Yeah.
It's us. It's us telling our narrative. You don't have to be a NOI to buy the final call. Support the final call. So, with that being said, family, reparations and the blockchain.
And reflecting the love back to y'all. It's always reciprocated.
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day. Take care.
You too.